Oops, my mic was muted there. What's up, YouTube? How are you doing? Good to have you here. Good afternoon from the sunny Netherlands, actually. At least this last hour, it's been sunny. In the morning, it's been cloudy and a bit of rain. You know how it goes. But good to have you here. Welcome, everyone. We're going to go over Elliott Waves, of course, and observe if anything will happen in the time that we're live, which should be about around the upcoming hour. So far, not too much. I mean, yeah, we moved down. So we're going to observe the price action here. And we have, of course, this support potentially turning into resistance now, unless we can flip it again. But we're going to go over Elliott Waves. As always, we're going to start on the higher time frames, zoom into the lower time frames, and see if we can make some solid sense of what is happening, right? I think the weekly time frame is incredibly clear. The 4-hour time frame is, of course, depends on locally, but it's quite clear actually on the 4-hour. It's just that very, very locally here, this is quite a bit of a challenge. So, but that makes it fun. No, that makes it fun. So also, whoa, this is a great start. I also forgot to put on the webcam in this overview, but yeah, so let's see if anything happens. There's no news in the remainder of this week, at least not really on the website that I have, except for the halving, of course, which should be in 2-3 days, depending on where you live in the world, right? So that is, of course, quite an exciting moment. There's countdowns everywhere. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to see what is going to happen. With regards to especially the volatility. That is what I am most interested about. But there's only one way to find out, and that is to let the clock tick, no? So good to have you here. Let me actually quickly have a little look here, because we moved back up into resistance, and now we just move straight down again. Looks very much like a three-wave structure to the upside here, not an impulsive structure, which is a corrective move. Arguably higher probability to take the low again. But yeah, we have so many lows, right? There's so many lows. It's quite insane. But let me remove this, by the way. So let me get rid of that. And cool, there we are. So we're going to start on the weekly time frame, then go down to the 4-hour and then the 15 minutes. I do not have an alarm down here, so let me actually put an alarm below these lows, and also let's put an alarm. Let's put an alarm up here. What do I have here? Okay, another alarm. That's fine. So cool. In 1 second. Okay, so how are you, chat? How are you? Sorry, it's been quite a wild beginning of the stream. Hey, Seraga, yeah, you read my comment. How are you doing? Welcome, Crypto Aman and me on One Drop. By the way, One Drop, welcome, the newest member on the channel. Officially a bronze, starting his first month as a member, and also it's his first ever membership on YouTube. So there you go. I thank you. Like, that's amazing. Welcome to the team. The channel took your virginity, I suppose, your membership virginity there. Alan Clark, how you doing? Gwendy Zoo, what's up? What's up? How's you and your girlfriend spending a bit more time together? Skywalker, what's up? Hi, market down, mood up. Yeah, absolutely. Yori, Davey, Rostem, what's up? Samuel Lopez, Remy, Bruna from Arnhem. Bruno from Arnhem. I see. It's not far away from where I grew up, which is Os. It's one train ride away. Alessia, how you doing? Mondo Tav, welcome. Tim, your prediction after halving. I mean, let's go to the weekly chart, as that will be the prediction. Arbuzny Sok, what's up, my man? I wrote you on Discord. I sent you a DM. And yeah, let's take it up a notch. Rostem, just add my sell position 62,890. Make sure to stick to your plan. Follow your plan. That's most important. G-Sport, I got a question about the 618 touch. How do you know after the 618 touch that it's a three-wave move and not a 1-2-1-2? A 1-2-1-2 goes down in probability if the second wave one is bigger than the first wave one. Yeah. And if the second wave 2 becomes bigger than the first wave 2, that's another one, you know, because you're talking Elliott Wave degrees and you don't really want to see a bigger wave 1 or bigger wave 2 for a lower degree wave 1 or 2, but can happen. It's just uncommon. Let's see as well how the halving is going to impact miners and so many of the machines. Maybe a Band-Aid, welcome. How are you doing? I agree. Yeah, I'm not too, I don't know too much about fundamentals, but hasta la vista, Barbie. How are you doing? Good to have you. Lalith, good to be here. Yep. Okay, let's get started, shall we? I've been to Oz many times. Yeah, that's where I grew up. And that's where Boerboom, who's here, Tim Boerboom, he lives there as well. So as one of my friends. That's where I grew up. Hayes is where I was living. And in Oz, I went to the Mondriaan College. Governor is doing well and we are waiting for you too in Paris. Oh wait, Gwendy Zoo, do you live in Paris? Andre Silva, good day. Your head is the other way around. That is correct. But I ordered a Koens head. I'll talk to you more about what we're going to do at 10K after the analysis. What is the next low to be tested? That would be 61.7, but I don't really think there's going to be too much action taking these lows, as if you take this, you get so close to these lows. The only fib we have down here is the 886, and you know, the moment you hit the 886, probabilities are automatically higher to take this low sooner or later, right? From an Elliott Wave perspective. Remember, we're going to start the analysis in 1 minute, right? Just want to show this. We've been bouncing on this 786 forever now. Not that that's a problem, but the moment you hit the 886, probabilities immediately turn bearish. Because for a wave 1, 2, 3, if that's, you know, a scenario, then wave 2, common target 05786, 886, very rare. The moment you hit the 886, higher probability you're having a corrective structure, as the low on an 886 has a higher probability of being a B or a wave X. And therefore, it increases the probability the whole thing is corrective, which increases probabilities to take the low sooner or later at 60K. So yeah, quite interesting. I'm actually gonna drag this alarm down and put it just above this high. No, let's put it above the resistance again. There we go. We just tested. I have that alarm. Let me also put one here, and I have one at the high. So we're sorted now. I'm gonna put the sound of my PC off, so that you don't get you won't hear the alarms if they go off, but I will, and then I can talk about it. Probably you hear them because of my mic. Okay, let's start. So I'm gonna remove this. By the way, the value area low acted as support here for this bounce, retesting the support into resistance. Now we took the low over here, so let's see if we can get some action. But I'm gonna remove this. I'm also gonna remove this, and I'm gonna quickly refresh my chart because it feels laggy. And then we're gonna start on the higher time frame, right? So 1 second to give the chart a little bit of time. 1, 2, 3, refresh. Also, I will be drinking stuff, but as always, I like to show it has 0% alcohol. Okay, Radler 0%. It's like a cider, which I very much enjoy. But hey, working, no drinking, and generally, I rarely ever actually really drink alcohol. But yeah, just wanted to at least say that. So, okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, now we're good. Now it's nice and responsive. Sometimes you just need a refresh. We're going to start on the weekly time frame. Okay, wait, this is the plan of the live stream analysis. That's what we're going to do right now. Step 2 is, before we go into chatting and Q&A, which is step 3, I want to talk about what we're going to do with 10K, because I have been prepping, I've been chefing, I have been ordering. So once we hit 10K, probably Friday, Saturday, maybe, I don't know. But if we hit it, there's going to be a giveaway stream and stuff, and it's going to be lots of fun. So that's what's going to happen. Do not miss it. And then we go into chatting and Q&A. We'll see how long the stream is. I mean, I'm planning like an hour, but we know how that goes. I actually want to have a little bit of room between the live stream and the update tonight, the video tonight. So preferably it's a 1 hour normal, normal time type of stream, 1.5, and then have a couple of hours till the evening update. But it depends on price action. If we really get some action, we're going to be here longer. If it's going to be boring, a little bit less long, right? Let me move my scenarios on the weekly time frame to the upside. There we go. Make sure I organize my stuff. Let me also just put everything in. We're gonna do the whole shebang. Good. Oh yeah, let's put this one in as well. Put that as last. This is going to be a big boy analysis. There we go. We're not going to start with Elliott waves though. What is this? Don't you worry. That is a little bug. I was refreshing. Okay, so we have the alarms. If anything happens locally, we're going to observe it, right? That's how we do. So, okay, let's start. We're going to go through all of this. So be prepped. We go and start on the weekly, then we go to the 4-hour chart, and then we're going to have a look locally, right? We're also going to include some other forms of analysis. Thank you, Mark. Very good. I need to write that down. And I want to actually start with the volume profile that you see here. We're starting at about 14:45. So, okay, wait. We're just going to start at 15 minutes. Give me 10 seconds. I need to remember this because after the analysis, I need to write it down as a pinned comment. Thank you, Mark. Okay, there we go. So let's start with the volume profile. This volume profile is from the range that we had here, right? And it is very nicely respected. Resistance, eventually moving up to the value area high, resistance, support on the point of control, breaking out, right? Important range as well on the higher time frame, weekly chart. What we don't want to see is price moving below the value area high. That would be bearish, as then you re-enter this range and the probabilities are higher. You're going to move to the other side of the range. And that's, of course, not what we're looking for in the bullish trend that we have at the moment, no? Also, as you will see with the Elliott Wave scenarios, this level is also important from an Elliott Wave point of view as it invalidates an important bullish scenario. Arguably, we are currently simply testing the previous all-time highs over here. A simple support resistance flip, resistance, potential for support. But I don't really like to use this very big area. I like to keep it more condensed, and you know, this area here, 50.5, 49K is an easier, better area for me to keep an eye on. With regards to the channel, taken from the low to the first time hitting 30K. We broke out of this channel. It's nicely respected, hitting the upper line, midline, eventually broke out. A little bit of an order block on the weekly, moving up. The channel currently this week is sitting at 56.8K. Might be a nice confluence for support. Next week, it will move up to 57.4K. Let's then start with the scenarios from an Elliott Wave point of view. And this is where the range plays an important role, because you can see that the value area high of this range is at the 0.618. And the 0.618 is an invalidation for this scenario. So in other words, testing resistance as support invalidates this bullish scenario on the weekly time frame. So here we have a double 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Common target area for your wave 4 is between the 0.236 and the 0.5, taken from the low to the high of 3, 63.3K to 53.3K. 0.618, 49.3K is an invalidation. We don't want to hit it. Hitting that, probabilities go down for this particular scenario. Now we are then looking for a wave 5 to the upside. to finish a yellow 3, then a yellow 4, which should be an even longer range, likely a couple of months, and then you move up in a wave 5. However, because wave 1 and wave 3 are quite similar in length, it does give the opportunity for wave 5 to be extended. I'm going to show you that in a second. The non-extended target for a wave 5, so the normal target for a wave 5, can be calculated in 3 ways. So let's have a look. What is the target area of the green wave 5 when we measure it from like normally without an extension in wave 5? An extended wave 5 is actually uncommon. So let's have a look, right? I'm going to make everything green. I'm going to put on the prices as well. So the first thing you can do is you pull a fib from the high of 3 to the low of 4, wherever the low is going to be, right? I can put it anywhere here, but you get the idea. Let's put it on the 382, and then you have a target 86K, 78.2K for your green 5, end of 3, then another 4 and another 5. But there's 2 more options that I like to use. You have a trend-based fib extension from the low to the high of 3 to the 382, just for the sake of using that as a target for the wave 4. And the 0.618 is also a target for wave 5. We're now creating the target area, 112K. And then finally, you can take the 1-to-1 of wave 1, whichever high it's going to be. Let me click just in the middle, to the 382 again. Toggle on the 1-to-1. Put the price on the chart. And now this is your target area for your wave 5. It is 78.2K to 100 and arguably 113K. Right? That is your biggest target area for wave 5 when a wave 5 is not extended, and a wave 5 generally does not extend, as that is actually rare for a wave 5. However, because wave 1 and 3 are quite similar in length, the probabilities for a wave 5 to be extended does increase, and it's not going from 10% to 90%, right? It's almost like a 5% goes to a 10% or a 15% chance, pretty much. But we have to at least keep it in mind. So this is exactly the same scenario, but now I want to show you the extended target for wave 5, which is all the way up here at $336,000 per Bitcoin. This trend-based fib extension is taken from the low to the high of 3 to the low of 4, wherever that is going to be. I put it on top of the 382 for now, but at least it's going to be above 300K if you look for an extended wave 5, right? Now, possibly you heard my alarm was going off. Then a lower probability bullish scenario, but still one to keep in mind. That's why I like to show it. So the other one has a higher probability, meaning the normal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Not the extended wave 5. So let's talk probabilities on the weekly. Highest, right? And then the extended wave 5 and the 1112 I'm going to talk about now is kind of like equal, because in both cases it's not really that common. So here we have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, identifying a couple of 1-2s is possible, especially on lower time frames, but on such a high time frame, it's very rare to correctly identify multiple 1-2s. So lowest probabilities a bit. But here we have first 1-2, second wave 2, looking for the third one. Now, just because the first wave 2s here were traced to the 236, 382, I also put these on the chart for this one. However, your common target area for a wave 2 is between the 05 to the 786, right? That is actually your common target area. And as you can see, the previous wave 2s did not hit the common target area. They're shallow retracements, which is no problem, because in a strong impulsive market, there is the possibility to have very shallow retracements in wave 2s, and then you will likely, rule of alternation in Elliott waves, higher probability to get sharp wave 4s. But with this price movement potentially to the downside, as we have now, as price is moving to the downside, my alarm went off. Let's see if it can stay above the 382 like the others, or if it's going to move closer to the 05786. Now, in this scenario, it is no problem to move below 49.3K. Remember, invalidation for a wave 4, but not for a 1112. Something that we at least have to remember. After a wave 2, you expect a very, very, very big wave 3 towards the upside to much higher prices. Most bearish scenario is an impulse to the downside where we are looking for a bigger flat. We have our wave A, we have our wave B, and we look for a 5-wave C to the downside. The target area for your wave C in a regular flat, regular because we currently found resistance at the 1 to the 105 Fibonacci taken from the high to the low of A, is between the 1 and the 1.236, 16.5K to 100, wait, yes, not 100, to 11.6K. The extension target is the 1.618 at 6.5K, right? So that would be your lowest target. But by all means, preferably in a regular flat, your price target for C is below wave A. Now we do have great support between about 10 and 9K. We have the golden pocket taken from the low to the high, and we have a multi-year volume profile value area high running straight through it. Probabilities, however, for the bearish scenario are currently the lowest, and that is because of what we see locally. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Now, let me actually do that immediately so that we're done with this. The reason that the probabilities for the bearish scenario and a big impulse to the downside bear market are currently the lowest is twofold. One, the 886 has been hit. 886 taken from the high to the low of wave 1. The 886 is very rare for a wave 2. It is a common target for a wave B or a wave X. Increasingly probabilities that any move towards the downside is a wave C or a wave Y. Therefore, it increases probabilities to at a later stage move back up and take the highs. As the probabilities are higher, this is a corrective structure and not an impulsive structure. With an impulsive structure meaning a 1, 2, and a 3 to much, much lower prices, right? Secondly, the first move that we have to the downside here counts better as a corrective structure than an impulsive structure. If we would go to the 4-hour time frame, you can't count this as a clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to, because of the overlap, think about either a diagonal or a multi 1-2. Now, a multi 1-2, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, and then a big move down is invalidated as price moved up. So then the only option is pretty much a diagonal to the downside. But a diagonal is not that nice here. So if I zoom in, because we need a diagonal here, right? And we can have a 3 and then ending here, another 3 move, 3 move, some 3 move, and another 3 wave structure. The problem is that if this is our diagonal, your wave 1 is longer than 3, your wave 5 is also longer than 3, and that is not allowed. Wave 3 can't be the shortest. So that creates a bit of a problem. No? Quick think. That would be the alternative, but I like that less because you need 3 and 3, and this is a direct move, and all of the waves have to be zigzag if one wave is a zigzag in a diagonal. So it's not ideal, but the 886, that's your most important influencer with regards to the probabilities here. Now for wave 3, your minimum target, especially if you want to go down all that way, is 51.6K, right? But likely you want to see much deeper prices. Okay, now we're going to talk about the range from a bullish point of view. Scenario 1. The flat. Now, as you have been hanging around on the channel, you probably have seen this flat scenario already like 50 times. The thing is, as long as Elliott waves, as long as it's a high probability scenario, also with the WXY I have, which significantly is reduced now, I have to show it, right? So it's sometimes a bit of repetition, but that's sometimes Elliott waves. Got to be patient. We have a 3-wave A, 3-wave B, looking for a 5-wave C. Common target for C, 1 to the 1.236, taken from the high to the low of wave A and put on the top of B with the trend-based fib extension, 59.7K, 56.6K, extension target, 51.6K. We also have some support here, which is the weekly gap. The weekly gap is from 59.2K to 53K. Closing daily candles below 59k increases the probabilities to fill this gap to the downside and move down to 53k. If we look at my target boxes, then we don't really have any additional support here except for the gap, which is an important level, right? And then below the gap, on top of the 1.618, 51.6, 52k, right? So we do have some support there additionally in case we fill the gap towards the downside. And we also have the range here, which is a weekly order block on the weekly time frame, which is quite nice support as well. But of course, in that case, we first have to move towards the downside. Now for a regular flat, we want price to take the low of A. That is by far most common, because if you don't take the low of A, you're talking about a running flat. Now I do realize that on some other charts, this low has already been taken. While on my chart and also against some other charts like the index chart and some others, that low is not yet taken. No, that happens. But commonly, when we talk probabilities, it is actually quite common for other charts to take the same higher time frame, high and low. So it would be quite nice to actually just get this done and then take it from there. The fact that locally we also hit the 886, which I'll show in a second, taken from the low to the high, increases probabilities to actually take this low and therefore also that low. So nice. Okay. Now in this case, we are then looking for an impulsive structure to the downside. Inside wave C, we want to see a 5-wave structure. So if I go to the 1 hour time frame, then this is what we are currently looking at. We have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Invalidation for 4, the 618, not touched. 0.5 over here, we did move a bit above the 0.5, but it's not hitting the invalidation. Now if we look towards the downside, we're looking for a wave 5 to the downside. And a wave 5 is of course an impulsive structure. Now this wave 5, if this is the end of your 4 and this is another 1, 2 and you go down in a 3, that wave 5 is likely going to extend. But your wave 3 is already extended, which is going to give us a very interesting discussion if we actually get that move to the downside and if we do get an impulse. Because then the question is going to be, is this wave 3 going to move or is it going to be a wave 5? Is it going to be a much bigger 3 or is it going to be a wave 5? That's going to be the discussion if we do move down. At the moment though, this is how we label it, right? Either for finished or still ranging, but we're going to talk about local price action in a second, but now we touch the 886 from the low to the high as mentioned. So any move to the upside now has a higher probability of being a COY, increasing probabilities to take the lows sooner or later. So it just adds probabilities to taking that low. Very, very locally, cheers to Pistachio, Will, if you're here. We have then a potential first impulse down, W flat X zigzag Y zigzag sideways double combo, continuing to the downside in an impulse, working on a potential wave 3. Now let me have a look at the volume. Volume is increasing. We're not far away from the low as well, so that is quite interesting. Where we hit the 0.382, almost the 0.5, but the 0.382 is a minimum target for a wave 2 and has been hit. So oops, I don't want to remove it. So this would be in the most bearish scenario where 4 is finished and you continue impulsively to the downside. A W finish WXY would be the scenario to look for. Yeah, and this is your final ABC. I mean, that's not too interesting. So inside wave Y, we're then looking for a zigzag A, B, C, 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finished. Move to the downside, take the lows. As mentioned in the morning, by the way, the morning update. If you remember, in the morning update, price moved down. We hit the invalidation for an impulse, where I mentioned probabilities now are higher to move to the downside. Reason being, higher probability this is an ABC, because the impulse was invalidated, which increases the probabilities to take the low, because it's a corrective move up. And that's now what we've done, so we can check that box. Cool. Let's talk about the bullish scenario. Lower probability, especially now as price moved down here, hitting the 886. WXY, common target for Y, 0.618, 1.236, 63.7K, 55.6K. Trend-based fib extension from the high to the low of W to the high of X. Wave C target area, or the target 1.618, extended target for a wave C in a regular flat A, B, and a wave C. This is your bullish scenario where then you'd be looking for price to move towards the upside. But as mentioned, I've been talking about that 886 a couple of times now. This happened. Up. So we moved up, we moved down. Three-wave structure to the upside. Morning update, probabilities higher to move towards the downside because of a three-wave corrective structure to the upside that has a higher probability, an A, B, C. Price moving to the downside here. We lost the support, which was interesting to me, right? Because we did have some support to the downside here. So even though price here invalidated an impulse, I'm curious. I just wait like, okay, we had some support here, right? We had a bit of a bounce, move below, move back in, and then it's like a retest, right? Support turning into resistance, and off we go pretty much. Volume increasing. But now we hit the 886, as you can see, taken from the low to the high, but now it's actually on the chart. The 886, there we go again, rare for 2, common for a wave B or a wave X, increasing the probabilities any potential move towards the upside is a wave C or a wave Y, increasing probabilities to take the low. If you take this low, very high probability, of course, by now you're going to take this one as well. And then it's going to be, it's almost like price discovery to the downside, because we have to wait and see where we're then going to find support. No, if price moves towards the downside impulsively on volume, the best thing to do from an Elliott Wave point of view is to wait for a range to form. Wait for the range to form. And, oh wait, I want to show this. Mark, leave it up to me. Boop. Okay, so the 886, always important with regards to the probabilities in a range, increasing probabilities to take that low sooner or later. Of course, can happen direct as well, which I wouldn't mind. Finally, yeah, this has now been invalidated this morning already, and that's pretty much it. So probabilities are the same as this morning in the morning update and pretty much yesterday and the day before. On the weekly time frame, the probabilities are highest. Let's do a little like 1, 2, 3 here. The highest probability on the weekly time frame is this impulse structure to the upside, working on a wave 4. The second highest probability is either an extended fifth, much higher target, or a wave 2 and we get a very big wave 3 to the upside. That's your number 2. Your lowest probability option is the bear market. As explained with my analysis locally, we touched the 886, right? Rare for a wave 2, followed up by a wave 3. And the first move down does count better as a corrective structure than an impulsive structure, but at the moment, it doesn't have the highest probabilities. The highest probabilities is remaining in a bull market and not taking the low of 15K. On the 4-hour time frame, the probabilities are, that was my alarm, are highest to, here we are actually, are highest to take that low, confirmed, as in like the probabilities increase also because we touched that local 886. We also took the low now, so finally, so that's very nice. So finally we have a little bit of clarity. Finally those probabilities have played out. Hopefully we get some new stuff now instead of talking about this same structures all the time, no? So yeah, because we touched the 886 here as well, and this morning up here at about 63.4K, we invalidated an impulse to the upside, increasing probabilities to move to the downside. We lost support, retested as resistance, price moving to the downside. Beautiful, right? Gotta love Elliott waves. Now we hit the 886, high probability to take the low. We now took the low. We, I think, also took this low now on my chart. Yes, we did. So there you go. Now the charts are aligned. And then on the 15-minute, I mean, we took the low. So now as price is moving down on volume, the only thing we can do is wait for a range to form. So from an Elliott Wave point of view, the best thing to do is to wait for a range. That being said, I will put the weekly gap on my chart, so we have a little bit of insight. I'll put the target boxes on my chart as well. Support and resistance areas, of course. And yeah, we're gonna enjoy the show, see what happens. Volume increasing as price move down, still high volume. 8 minutes left in this candle. So let's see what we get. Also, by the way, if price, for whatever reason, depends on what happens here, but if we would move back in the range, probabilities remain higher to move down at a later stage. As then probabilities are higher for the potential of a flat, but then you would expect another move to the downside later. It's not yet relevant. It's not yet what we're looking for, right? But it is something I immediately want to tell you. That is now the arguably bullish scenario. Bearish scenario, locally, is an impulse to the downside. Your bullish scenario would be a flat to get back in the range and then a move towards the downside. So those are the two, but by all means, we now need to wait for a range because we're moving down on volume and we just took the low. So what is the next low leg? You mean target, Adrian? So yeah, that was the Elliott Wave analysis. Let me actually put Elliott Wave analysis at 15 min. Now chatting and oops, Q&A. Let's do this. Okay, the next area of support. Of course, this, like the lows that we just hit, right? That's your first area, swing failure pattern type of move, right? But really your next area of support, 59.2. We are waiting for, I'll explain. I'll answer all your questions now as we go into chatting and Q&A, but we almost hit 10K and I quickly do want to explain what we're going to do with 10K, but just to at least with regards to support. Come on. So we just wigged this one. That's your first area. Right? Then you have 59.2. And look, this was such a quick move up. There's not much support here. The only arguably support in the middle of the range. Let me see. 12 hour. No, you have to go to the 6 hour. Not even. 4 hour would be a small little like order block in the middle. I mean, it's good to know about, I suppose, but it's not something I'm looking for just yet. So it's pretty much 59.2 and then potentially 53 because we don't have any structure. There's no range here, no structural support. There's no horizontals that I have as well, right? So here, if I put everything on my chart, the first daily naked point of control is 54.4K. So if you lose 59.2, it's quite a move to the downside, really. But let's first see what happens now. We took the low, give price a little bit of time. And what I mean with, I meant subscribers when I said 10K. What does it mean to wait for a range? Now, from an Elliott Wave point of view, right? Let me go to the 1 hour here. If price is pumping or dumping, in other words, if price is moving and volume is increasing, we want to wait for a range. So here, for example, price, right, moving impulsively to the upside, you want to wait for a range to form to give you clues about what's coming next. Is that range a corrective pattern? Does it have an impulse to the downside for potentially a return? As long as you don't see a range that changes probabilities, right? So with Elliott Waves, the range gives you the most information. That's in my opinion. So when price is pushing, you need to wait for a range. And based on the range, I can again analyze the chart and reassess the probabilities. As long as price is pushing, we just let it go. Yeah, it's fine. But when the range happens, that is when it starts to get interesting. And that is when we can really analyze the chart and reassess the probabilities. So in this case, if price, whatever prices want to do, this is very hypothetical, right? But if price is moving to the downside and volume continues to increase, we just let it go. It makes no point to analyze this move to the downside. If it goes, it goes. What we're looking for is a range to form. And when a range forms, this is where it starts to get interesting, because now I can look at the structures. I can look, is it impulsive back to the upside? Is it corrective to the upside? Do you have bullish CVD or bearish CVD divergences? Maybe you have other indicators or candlestick patterns that you want to keep an eye on, but that is where you can reanalyze the chart again. The moment price is pushing, also here, it makes no sense to analyze this. You just got to wait for a range to form. And then the range and the move, the bounce, that is what gives you the information that you need to reassess the probabilities. So, yeah. David, the answer there is no. Okay, let me shortly explain. And also, I will start scrolling up here to see the questions up here. I'm going to quickly talk about 10K and what we're going to do, right? And then we can go into chatting and Q&A. So 10K is coming up. This is what's going to happen. I have some giveaways. I have ordered myself a hoodie, a t-shirt, and a cap with the logo in the front. So only with the hoodie, it's here. With the t-shirt, it's here. With the cap, it's in front. Who was the one that's maybe a Band-Aid? Thanks for saying order caps as well. So I ordered one of each because I want to check the quality. I want to see how it looks. If it's nice, I'm going to order more. What we're going to do with 10K is as follows. Probably tomorrow, I'm going to make a video, right? Very, very short because it's like a pointless video, but I'm going to make a video, my face in front of the camera. It's not going to be published online. It will be unlisted, so you won't see it on my channel, but I will post it in Discord, in Telegram, and also during the live stream we're going to do for 10K, I'm going to post it in the chat and maybe as a community post as well on YouTube, so that everyone is informed, but I don't want that random ass video in my playlists or on the channel. So I'm going to keep it unlisted, but I'm going to post it at the different places. And what I'm going to ask you to do is reply with a, I don't know, certain sentence or at least a certain word, or just comment on that video. Now, it's not a public one, it's unlisted, so it doesn't matter for the algorithm. But what it helps me with is that once we do the raffle and I need to pick winners and that sort of stuff, I can do it based on the comments as people comment, and then the people that commented get into the raffle, and that's how it goes. So that makes my life easy. Now the plan at the moment is to give away silver membership, gold memberships, diamond, yes, but probably not much, right? Because diamond, t-shirts, hoodies, and caps. Now, with regards to silver, gold, 10 silvers, 10 golds, t-shirts, probably 5, hoodies, probably 5, caps, 5 or 10. I'm not yet sure because I first want to check. But yeah, and then diamond, either 1 or 3 max. Yeah, so we are getting there, and I'm preparing for that live stream. So this is, by the way, gonna be merch, like the t-shirts, the caps, and the hoodies all have a Koens logo. I don't have a merch store. This is all single printed. Yeah, I don't have a partner or that sort of stuff, so it's gonna be very unique. And I want to give you something physical, because we do everything online. I talk to my webcam, you look through a screen or whatever you're doing, and I want to also have something in the giveaway that is tangible, that it makes it feel real. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a real person, you're a real guy or girl or whatever you identify as, and I can send you something physical. So that is what we're gonna do, and that is the plan with 10K. Now I don't know when I'm gonna hit it. It's probably gonna be Friday, Saturday, whatever is gonna happen with regards to the subs. But it's going to be 10 silvers, 10 golds, 1 to 3 or something diamonds, then 5 t-shirts, 5 hoodies, and 5 or 10 caps, because I always wear a cap. So maybe a Band-Aid, props to you for mentioning it. It's very expensive because the quality is very good, but I do, at least following the website and everything, like I chose high quality stuff, but I do want to check it because I want to know what I give. So I ordered 1 hoodie, 1 t-shirt, 1 cap for myself. I'm going to check the quality. If I'm happy, that's what we are gonna do, and I should get it before the weekend, I hope. So Binance hasn't got the low taken. Okay, that's interesting. No. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do with 10K. And yeah, 10K is coming, yo. It's crazy. We started on the 20th of February last year. It's been 1 year, 2 months. I was gone for the whole month of March last month. Didn't do shit. You're all still here. I came back with 8,813 and now we're almost at 10. So thank you. Okay, now we're going to go into chatting and Q&A. You're updated about the procedure. You will probably get a YouTube link tomorrow, and you got to reply in the comment section, and then it makes my life easier for the raffle. Yeah, I don't use RSI. Yeah, pleasure, Daniel. Pleasure. I mean, I love your screenshot. Rage. You know, the Rage Superman. That was such a hyped episode, not gonna lie. So cool. Let me quickly have a look through what we through what's happening here. Also, by the way, now that I remember something with regards to the giveaway, let me shortly do something on my phone here. Literally, give me 10 seconds. No, a little bit more. 20. I need to write something down. Let me do this in my notes so that I do not forget. Okay, there we go. And let me also write something quickly here in Diamond because I saw. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Chatting and Q&A. What's up, guys? Now I'm really here. We were where we were. This Paris. This afternoon, Raccoonians. Yeah. Where's your Mark? Where's the popcorn logo, man? The popcorn emoji. Married with backpacks. I think Bitcoin also needs a refresh. Yeah, man. I'm so happy we finally took the low. Oh, man, it took so long. Man, the probabilities all the time, like take the low. We finally took the low, and now we can chill. Now we can wait and see what price is gonna give us. Christian Schoner, welcome. Good afternoon. It's now a good time to DCA like 50 a week into Bitcoin. So the amount you invest is of course very personal, right? Some people invest with 5, others with 50, others with 10K a week. You know, that it very much depends. But I recommend to, of course, have your personal plan and strategy. If you want to DCA, that's good. You need to find levels or a certain time frame that you want to DCA into position. There's no guarantees, no certainties, only probabilities. And if you make a plan, which can be as simple as DCAing, just make sure that you at least have a little bit of skill in TA or fundamentals, whatever type of trader you are. Of course, I'm a technical guy. And potentially decide what minimum level you want to start DCAing. Like from what level, what price, I should say, from what price are you going to start DCAing? And when are you going to stop DCAing, right? So you can start whatever price, but if price goes above this level or below this price, right, that's when you stop DCAing, you see what happens. And make sure you have a stop or an exit plan, right? If it doesn't go into your favor, know how much you lose, know where you get out. If it does go in your favor, know your targets, know where you take profit. Don't get greedy, right? That's a problem in the market very often. Now, for the ones that don't have a strategy at all, and you want to build a strategy, not necessarily DCA, but trading, very quickly follow these 6 steps. Right, step 1, try as many free tools in TradingView. Recommend a TradingView to start first as you can. Use the tools, use the indicators, build experience. Step 2 is find some of your favorite indicators, build statistics. Step 3, combine some of those favorite indicators that had some good statistics, combine them, and now build statistics on the combination. Then step 4 is tweaking and adjusting. Add a tool, remove a tool, build more statistics So now you're trying to improve your win rate, your risk to reward ratio, right? And then step 5 is you start trading it based on data, because now you have so much data, you know your risk to reward ratio, you know your win rate, you know your strategy, you have your entry rules because of the statistics. Step 5 is you start trading it with a low amount of money, work on your mind, work on your head, right? Trading psychology. And then step 6 is start increasing your portfolio size slowly, preferably slowly, to get used to bigger losses, because getting used to bigger wins is easy. Many people don't want to do step 2, which is building statistics, but I am very much convinced, and this was part of my journey, that if you build statistics, you have a great probability of being a consistently profitable trader. And that does mean that you may have to reduce your trading, but actually work on the background and invest a year in yourself, or 1.5 years or half a year to build a strategy. But then in the 5 years, 10 years after, you got a plan, you got a strat, right? You got statistics, you got profitability. That's what you're doing. You invest a small period of time in yourself to get a long period of time of returns. So I very much recommend to build a plan. It seems we need to hit 38K to get back up. Let's see step by step. Not really thinking about that target just yet. Sherry, yesterday willing to give you a car, but today back-to-back down, fella like bigger. Yeah, yesterday you were like, yo, a house and a car and this and that. Put it to yourself. Put it to good use, my friend. 45K. Ooh, that would be very low as well. That could be like the wave 2 as explained on a weekly time frame. But you would invalidate the currently highest probability scenario on a weekly time frame. So that would be interesting. Rob, welcome from LA. Good to have you here. How long have you... hi, after a long time. Farshad Farouk, after a long time. I mean, you've been active in the comment section, but good to have you here, Farshad. Welcome. Good to have you here during a live stream again. I'm doing very good. Got married in March. Ring around my finger. Happy wife, happy life at the moment, right? And we're going to move to France, putting the house online. And yeah, exciting times, man. Is this the third bullish divergence on the 4-hour RSI? So I guess most people realize I rarely ever use the RSI. And that's not because it doesn't work. It's just that it's not really part of the indicators that I like to use. You will notice some Elliott Wavers will use it in combination with Elliott Waves, right? The RSI. But I don't like to use the RSI. It's just opinion. It's just preference. It's just one of the tools that are not one of my favorites, right? Step 2, find your favorites, build statistics. I'm not a big fan of the RSI. I prefer the CVD because the CVD gives me live market action, what's happening now. It's not a momentum indicator. It's not a lagging indicator. It tells me what's happening in the market right now, which is something that I like to use. But the RSI can definitely work if you build statistics with the RSI in combination with price action and have clarity about what happens, right? Now, with regards to the RSI, the question is this the third bullish divergence on the RSI? And of course, RSI is here moving to the downside. The only thing is that you're going to invalidate that bullish CVD if you move down. This would be your latest one, right? So if you do move down and you keep a higher low on the RSI, that would be your first bullish divergence, because these ones are going to be invalidated then, because you're going to move below the pivots. Of course, you want to have a higher low, right? A higher low on the RSI, bullish. Lower low, higher low. But yeah, potentially you're starting to build one. But I prefer the CVD. By the way, I see this. Hemant Kumar, thanks for joining the memberships, man. Appreciate you joining bronze. What's up? Thanks for your support. Appreciate it, mate. You got a nice badge behind you. I will work on some better emojis. Arbusni Sok, I'm not sure if you're here, but that could be one of the stuff that we can do as well, as get some emojis. But yeah, thanks for being part of the team, man. Appreciate it. Is it possible Bitcoin just jumps from 61K? We are, of course, now at 61K. We have the double lows here as a bit of support. But probability wise at the moment, the probabilities aren't great for it to hold. I would prefer to look for the weekly gap at 59.2. So, and then we go into the 50s pretty much. Yeah, let's see. We have, of course, a bit of a reaction. We moved up and now we move down again, very locally. I might actually want to go to the lower time frames, 1 hour, maybe a bit too high, 30 minute. I don't want to go too low. So there we go. Okay, why am I not getting the alerts when you go live? Damn technology. Yeah, you know why? I guess, so the two folds. YouTube, when they send alerts, they don't send it to everyone at the same time. And not sometimes even every subscriber. Now, secondly, if you upload more than 4 pieces of content in 24 hours, you might not get a notification at the 4th piece of content. The first 3 you get, but the 4th one you don't. And with my schedule, I upload 3 pieces of content a day, and not exactly at the exact same minute every day. So therefore, there will be a piece of content that might not give you a notification. But it's, yeah, some people do, some people don't. Yeah, it's a bit random. It's Wednesday indeed, a volatile day. This 4 could be a wave 2. Correct. That is why I was thinking if we do get a bigger volume to the downside and we get a longer extension, we might have to move the wave 3 to the downside. 40k, baby. Ooh, there would be a deep target. No? 60k, who knows? Not yet the highest probabilities, but we're gonna take it step by step. I'm assuming you can still receive funds with ETH. What's up, Victor? How you doing? From where did you take that fib, which the 886 was touched? I showed 2, so I'm going to show you both. I showed one at the high of the range and the low. So I took it from this low to this high. So if you're looking previously, if you're looking at a bullish scenario, and this was considered a 1-2 continuation, the 886 is a very rare target for a wave 2. So you don't want to see it hit. And then at the high of the range, we have this one, where the 886 is hit. And this 886 is taken from this high to the first low that we made here. And because price hit the 886, probabilities go down for an impulsive structure to the downside, as it is a rare target for a wave 2. So those were the 2 that I spoke about. If we break 50k, could we say that 74k was the top? By the way, for new people joining, it's alcohol free, guys. 0.0, okay? If 59 breaks, right, 59.3, then the wave 4 is invalidated on the weekly time frame, which leaves us with either the 1112 or the high-in. That's going to be your either bullish or bearish scenario. Now, I don't really like to talk about what happens if we break 50k because we're so far away still from 50k. But if we do break 50k, it's not looking too great. And you definitely do not want to go below 39.4k, as that is an invalidation of all the scenarios I showed earlier. I do have another bullish scenario in my head, but it's not worth showing because it just doesn't have the highest probabilities. It's you know, of course I have many more scenarios in my head, but I only like to show the highest probability ones. So yeah, you can only have a deep wave 2, so shallow 2, deep 2 continuation, and the invalidation of the deep 2 is 39k. So that's going to be your bullish and bearish scenario. But still, the bullish scenario will have a higher probability till 39k is broken. That's really like your, that's a big cutoff, and it's breaking 49.3. It starts to. You don't go to a 50-50, but it's more like 60-40, right? 55-45, like becomes difficult. Same alarm. Yeah, when the low is broken. I just want to know what happens on the chart if I'm hanging around on the higher time frames. Daniel Beuzekom, great timing for a live stream. Welcome. Good to have you here, mate. Always love seeing that screenshot, the profile pic. Don't know what I heard more often. Wait for a range to form or the 6 steps. I don't know. Drinking game. Every time you hear me talking about the 6 steps or waiting for a range to form, you drink. Took you so long, but glad you get it. Now we hit the 886. Will it go lower? We already took the low now. Is it healthy to get down and bounce it? It's too expensive at the moment to get more people into the market to reach 100K. Of course, with the ETFs, now of course Hong Kong allowing or passing the ETF as well, it does give opportunities to retail buying, but in the end, it's retail is a small portion of the bigger market. The bigger players, of course, have a lot of impact with the buying, the selling, especially the absorbing, the distribution, the accumulation. So, yeah, I don't think it's too expensive. Because that's going to be the same people, for example, that started with Bitcoin at $100. Pretty sure they said that, $1,000 is way too expensive. And the same people say that at 10K, and the same people say it at 20K. And then it's back at 3K, and it's like, shit, I'm scared to invest. And then it goes from 3K to 20K, and they're like, it will go down again. And then we go to 65K and then at 65K, they're like, it's too expensive. And now here we are, of course, a few years later, but 74K is touched. So I think the word expensive is not necessarily, and same with cheap. When is something cheap? When is something expensive? I think those are words we can't really use in the market as a trader or an investor. An asset, like for example, if you go to a Dogecoin or whatever random altcoin, and they're like, one alt might be 0.50 cents, like 50 cents. And you're like, shit, man, Bitcoin is so expensive. It's 61,000 for a Bitcoin. But this random random shitty altcoin is 50 cents. I get like, for the same amount of money, I get like 1 million of these little like shit coins, but only a small little bit of Bitcoin. So, hey, it makes more sense to buy the shitcoin, but it's not how it works, yeah. Time to eat, it's lunch. No, it's lunch, it's lunch. Grab the fish. Koen, have you been, answered this one. And still thank you, Hemant Kumar. And also thanks for your support now, as you now are a member as well in the bronze section. Sounds nice. Congratulations. Thank you, Vitalian. Well, we're not there yet. So, I mean, I don't really know. We were at 9.7 earlier, so I don't know what the subs are doing, but yeah, hoodies. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun stuff. We're gonna have some cool things. I'm almost at the bottom, it seems. Pleasure, Daniel. I want to give something. Of course, the thing is also with giveaways, I can't make everyone happy, but I hope that, of course, the first thing that people appreciate is just the content I put online on YouTube, which of course is just free. And with the members, everything I do in the memberships, and then the ones that win, that's lucky. It's a raffle, like a random, but if there's always people that win and not win, but I hope there's not going to be people that's going to be disappointed. It's unfortunate, but there will be more giveaways and more things and in the future. So and I also, by the way, I also have a surprise for everyone. There's which I didn't yet say. So I hope that everyone is happy, and some will be a little bit more happy. So answer this one. Giveaway chewing for the YouTube subscribers. Chewing gums. Koen's branded chewing gums. Would be something. Senk Karakalar. Hi Koens, welcome, man. I'm trying to get into your Discord channel, but somehow it is not letting me in. Is there a procedure that you need to follow? No, but what happens is we have a protection against scammers, which means if your account is younger than 3 days old, you're going to get auto banned till your account is older than 3 3 days. Not, did I say 3 years? I'm not sure, but 3 days. If your account is younger than 3 days, it gets auto banned. Look at this motherfucker. Nice try, mate. Okay, there you go. So that's why you read young accounts rule. And that's because scammers tend to make new accounts all the time and then join. If you enter the group, there is quite a high probability you get a random message. There's no scammers in the group, but they work in teams. And the people that have a normal name are the ones you can't detect. And they then let someone with a fake name approach you. Read the legal channel. I do not add you as a friend. I do not message you out of nowhere. You know, don't get scammed, okay? There's impersonators of every YouTube channel in every crypto Discord. You're going to hear the same story. Low not taken on all exchanges increases probabilities to move down again. Is there any Elliott wave? Is there any scenario the Elliott wave will be invalidated between waves? Well, Lugna, of course, with Elliott waves, there's the moment there's an invalidation of a certain scenario or there's a certain wave structure, there's another structure. So, and this is where the skill of the Elliott wave analyst comes in, because you're always analyzing, always counting the waves. You need to know all the rules, the measurements, the fib time, the fibs, like the whole thing, volume. And if a scenario is invalidated, a good analyst will immediately have another one, right? So, yeah. So if something is invalidated, that's no problem. A Elliott wave analyst should always have one bullish, one bearish scenario. Between these two, he should have a preference, meaning a higher probability scenario. Sometimes it's neutral, it's just the way it is, and you wait for clarity. But there's always, you know, certain, if it's not neutral, there's probabilities that an analyst should be able to give. And if something is invalidated, there always needs to be a next scenario as well. So, yeah. Welcome again, Hema. Oh, we have Married with Backpacks. Welcome to Silver. Are you, by the way, like are you like travelers? Is this like a travel YouTube channel where you travel the world with a backpack and make content, or what type of content do you guys make? Married with Backpacks is very much a travelish name. So, but yeah, welcome to the Silver team, man. Welcome to the club. Send me an email with your so koenztrading@outlook.com. Send me an email with your YouTube, Discord, Telegram username if you have all three, and I'll get you sorted. And let me know what you guys actually do. I base my moves on what you say in your lives and videos. Oh boy. Look, there's never any financial advice. Your choices are always yours. You click the buttons. I'm not responsible for your wins. Neither am I responsible for your losses. But I hope you make profit. And if you have been following all that stuff, you should be making profit. But nonetheless, trading is a personal game. I don't care if you win. I don't care if you lose. The only thing I care about is I win or I lose. You know, that's just how it goes. But I hope that by sharing my knowledge and by sharing Elliott Wave education and teaching people on live streams and in the videos, that thanks to the content and the information and education, people become profitable or are profitable because they learn things they can implement in their own strategy so they can execute it on it themselves. Cheers, Mark. 10K celebration stream is coming. Because I've built a strategy for scalping. Is that on micro and low time? Many times the hammer candle lower. I short it. Good job, Crypto Man. That's it. Build a strategy. Build statistics. Build a strategy. This is what I like to hear. I have built a strategy. Magic words. Magic words. This takes time. But once you build a strategy based on statistics, at least 100 trades backtracked or forward tracked, holy moly, back tested or forward tested. Cool, what the, that's important. Hey, what's up, Super Psycho? 59.7. Okay, still a little bit lower. Yeah, won't be surprised if we still visit that, but let's see if we can get below the low here. How are you doing, Lucas? How are you doing? Are the markets treating you well? Seems it will be claimed. I short it currently. Stick to your plan, my friend. You're doing good. Peter, welcome. BTC is testing Monday's low. Liquidity sweeps below Monday low. Yeah, there was a guy in my Discord very, very early on, and he had a certain strategy where you had the Monday high and Monday low, and he had a certain amount of probabilities of the low being taken if price enters the range or whatever it was. But it was a good chat. You'll be able to find it if you look for Monday lows in Discord. Maybe I'll even be able to find it. Here, this is not the real guy, but he is the one. So if you do look for his messages, here, according to my stats, if you enter long, so he had a whole strategy. Oh, here, this one. Look at this message. I shared stats about the weekend, so he shared all sorts of stuff about his trading with Monday. So just go to Discord, look for Monday low, scroll down a little bit, and you'll find a lot of info from this dude. So very thankful for whoever this is, but it's not Crypto. To actually share this information with the group as well. Back in the day, it's old. It's the 22nd of May last year. So it's been a while. Can I say that it's making a triple bottom? You can, of course. One can always say, but because the lows have been taken, so the previous two lows are taken, you can't have a triple bottom anymore. Now it's just a single low. So for a triple bottom, what you like to see is price making a low, a bounce, a higher low, a bounce, and again a higher low. Now you have a triple bottom. Interesting liquidity pool, right? Interesting to go down there and wick them. But if the final low, so you have low 1, low 2, if the final low is moving below the first one, you don't have a triple bottom anymore. You now just have a single low. You got to start again pretty much. So at the high of the range, at like 72K or something, right? We have the 74K high, we have the 71 or whatever K high. What is this one? 72. So that's a double top at the higher end of the range. Bogdan, how you doing? Nice evening from Bitcoin. Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, not complaining, not complaining. Are limits at 59,800 good, or should I move them down? It all depends on your plan. So if you put your limits at 59.8, what do you have at 59.8 as support or resistance? Because if you do want to limit in, I can't tell you where to limit in. Everyone uses different tools and different ways of analysis, but put your limits at your own identified support levels. If you want to enter somewhere, make sure you have a reason to enter there, which should be usually in confluence with support. If that is what you've done and you have a certain plan and a strategy and a stop loss and a target, you follow the plan. You want the giveaway? Yeah, no, don't we all? It's gonna be fun times, you know. Like, it's very special. We're about to take the low again, second time. High block liquidity 3 months. Oh, I don't have a high block. I don't know if someone in the group. Yo, is there someone here in the YouTube chat that wants to post a high block liquidity of the 3 months in Discord general chat? Just ping me. I don't use that, so you can just put it in general chat. If anyone here uses high block, feel free to put it in there. But I've never actually opened. I don't know if it's a website. I do know people sometimes share heat maps and liquidity and all that stuff, but yeah, I don't really use it myself. What's up, Lucian? How you doing? Missed the live stream. Only the analysis, pretty much. Yeah. I need to be quicker. I want to go down to the current chat. Yeah, exactly, Dexter. Yeah, Amstel should pay me, yo. Show me your tier memberships. When we hit 10k. Serega, do you always have a blue chart? Yes, my favorite color. Yes, I always change the color of the chart for fun. When we grow up, put blue or green, and when we fall, I put red for the mood. Oh shit. Yeah, normally I hear people say, I'm gonna get rid of the green and the red color of the candles because it's depressing. Instead, you make your whole chart green or red. Now my favorite color is blue, and I like so I don't like a background that's one color. I want a little bit of a, how do you call this? Like, from black to blue. That's what I have, and I like that. So I use this for a very long time. I do have other charts, I believe. Look, I have black. What's this? Okay, I never really. Apparently, this is very simple. So I never use this stuff, right? Dark, light. Blue is, I think, what I have now. Oh no, that's with green and red candles. Blue, black. That is what I currently use. Then I have gray. So where the candles don't have any color. And then I have orange. I mean, it's pretty much the same, but different. I just keep it on blue, black. Okay, yeah. So those are the different charts I have, but I never use the others. I know I have the templates, but in my career as a TradingView user, these are the different templates that I made. Yeah, they have feelings too. Okay, Lucifer. Yeah, that's true. Papasil, what's up? How are you doing? Do you always enter a trade stepwise and with a limit? Always market. Would love to see how you would enter a long in Bitcoin on the chart. I always market. I never limit. I'm definitely a market type of entry trader guy. Yep. So anytime I enter a trade, I identify my area of interest, right? Like what I just mentioned as well to the other dude is I know my area of support or area of resistance, or I know if we lose this or lose that, I wait for, or I enter, but I always enter market. I want to be part of the game. The fees for me is just business. It's just, it's part of the game. Yeah. Kund, how are you doing? When are we dumping to 50k or below? Well, price at the moment is doing a little bit of a job towards 50k, but we're only at 61, of course, so we need a little bit. We'll see, right? You first have to lose 59.2k and close a couple of daily candles below 59k to increase probabilities to go to 53. 50k or below at the moment doesn't have the highest probability. For a bull market, reaching 49.3k would not be that great. Do you also yes, Papasil. I don't trade spot. Dave Digital, how you doing? Where's the popcorn sign, guys? Come on, raccoon and the popcorn sign. No? Join the silver level. Got to get myself a cap. That's not how it works, though. That's not how it works. Being a member or not a member will not increase probabilities, unfortunately. But I still thank you for the support. And of course, with regards to silver, you get something in return as well. Again, saying 0.0, guys, no alcohol. So I think, yeah, maybe one day I need like some membership thing where if people become a member, they get a cap or something. I don't know. Like besides buying the stuff, you still got to send the stuff, right? Like to the other side of the world, as I have many people from America, Asia. Those are the two bigger ones. Like I think viewership numbers is number one is the US. Number two is Germany or UK. And then we have the Netherlands. And then I think we go to like Asia, Sri Lanka or something like that. Or India. India, I think, is in there. So I don't know about altcoins. I would have to do an altcoin stream, which I will plan. It's likely going to be the first Sunday of every month to do a altcoin stream. The previous one we did, we analyzed 19 different altcoins. You can find it on the homepage of the channel down here. 6.5 hours of streaming content for you. And timestamps are in the video. Oh my god, however, or OMG is not. I don't even know what the name is, but it's not part of the analysis that day. But in a future live stream, it may as well be. Prediction on Bitcoin. Well, with regards to Bitcoin, the probabilities were for a while, already higher to take the lows, which we have finally done. Was about damn time. And so on the weekly, probabilities are higher to continue the bull market and the trend, stay above 49.3k. That's your invalidation, so that's your max, like lowest target. And then you have on the 4-hour, probabilities were higher for price to take the lows, which we have finally done. So now that price has took the lows, we observe what happens, because price is moving down on volume. And the best thing to do is to wait for a range to form. And once a range is forming, we get a better idea of what's happening. We just took the low for the second time, as you can see here on the, what chart am I? 1 hour, 30 minutes. So, yeah. And therefore, on the 15-minute, if you watch the morning update by any chance, right? The bullish scenario versus the bearish. Bearish was an ABC. Bullish was a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. But price moved down. And this candle, this one, if you go to the morning update, the previous video, this candle, right, hit this high. And that invalidated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because we have overlap, and then we have to think about diagonals and all that stuff, but it wasn't the highest probability. So the moment price moved down, hit that high, probabilities were higher for bearish scenarios. And then naturally, if you move below these lows, there wasn't much left. And well, here we are. So from the morning video to where we are now is a solid 4%. Not bad. When will you open a short? I'm already in a short. 57k, 59k is important support, and then we'll take it from there. 57, what's that? 57, what's that 57? I don't really, let's see, on the log. So we have the 382 at 57, and of course you have this small little like order block on the 4-hour chart. So that's the only support I have. I guess in a way I can keep it on the chart. Let me add this rectangle in my support resistance folder I have. 1 second, down here. Boop. Make this extend right. And it's also just below the 382. So those would be the two confluences I have. And then of course we also have with the flat, your target area for your wave C is also around that area. So if I do this, toggle log off, then you also have your wave C common target area there. But I prefer my Elliott Wave counts to be in confluence with good support and resistance areas. So that's why I have the target boxes. So yeah, we have a little bit of support here. What is this? 56.6, 57.6. I'll keep it on the chart. We have 59.2 first, right? If we actually confidently break the low. Did we take the low now on most charts? Let me have a quick, Bybit already took it, but not yet the previous low, which is 59.800. Then we go Bitcoin USD on Bitstamp. Took the low. Binance, Bitcoin USD on Binance took the low. Index chart also took the low. And then we have the BingX chart. So same as Bybit. We didn't take this low, but we are moving. Yeah, we move below that one. Okay, clear. By the way, another thing that increased probabilities to move down was the bearish CVD divergences. Let me actually quickly show you a picture. Okay. So we moved down. I had my support box here. I like to observe. Went to the 3-minute And then you get this. You got a little bounce, range, bearish CVD on yellow. Then price moved below the daily naked point of control. Green candle here, gray on my chart. But then we had more bearish CVD divergences. Yeah. So there wasn't a nice sign of strength or support that was here at this area. Yo, cheers, Peter. Off to the gym. What I like to hear. Good luck. Pump those weights. I already did calisthenics and running earlier today with my wife. Where were we? My bottom side ring target 59.6. This is the loss of the rings for support according to the chart. Ooh. And your rings are important. Oh, that's quite fascinating, eh? Let's see what happens if price can reach it. Hello, boss. What's up, Bitcoin Forever? Didn't watch the stream last Friday at exams. How did your exams go? What's your feeling? What's your feeling? Man, I still remember exams, eh? I'm happy I'm out of school. Lucas Otte. Work on my general knowledge of trading, Elliott Wave, order flow, important levels, and something like that. Okay, I see. It's good to have extra knowledge also with strategy building. Good job, Crypto Aman. Stick to those plans. If it breaks critical level, then it's over. Yeah, we're currently still hanging around the low. Down below recent lows. Yes, correct. Yeah, it's like you always start with either the white or the black background, and then you mess around with the candles and all. Ghoul, one analyst says on Twitter that below 58k market trends will be changed to bear market. I think that's a bit extreme. I don't like to induce FOMO nor greed or fear and greed. I'm a very neutral, stable person myself. And look, if we go down to 58, I'm not talking about bear market. Yeah. Let's see what the chart gives us and how we would approach 58k. What type of structures are we forming? Step by step. But talking about the bear market, right? I bet there's people that say, "Oh, we touched 60k bear market." Yeah. Milo, hi. I just joined. Have not watched your today's technical analysis. Quick question. Technically, we took the low. Means we're on course for the normal flat, right? At the moment, that is the highest probability. But of course, an extended wave 5 after an extended 3 is not great. So what I said in my analysis is that alternatively, we have to move the wave 3 of the flat to the downside so that this one goes here, somewhere, wherever it finds support, right? So that you indeed have a bigger impulsive structure to the downside. So you might actually go for the extended target, which is of course a lot lower. So now that price is moving down on volume, what do we do as an Elliott Wave analyst, right? What do we wait for? We wait for a range. Move down impulsively, we wait for a range. That's what's going to give us the best, that's the best way to reassess probabilities. As long as price is pushing to the downside, we just let it go. Like there's no point in analyzing the structures that are here on a very low time frame. We just have to wait. Price moving down, we had a range. This range over here, 3 wavy. Then we touched the 0.618. Probability is higher to move to the downside, right? Boom, down. So we get impulsive structures both to the upside. By the way, also here, impulsive structure to the upside. We were live here on YouTube. And also here we said wait for a range to form. Eventually we build a range, right? Next morning I wake up, price is here, so we finally build a range when I woke up. And what did I see? Bearish CVD, right? Weakness. There's weakness in the market. Down we go. So wait for a range. As long as price is doing this, we just enjoy the show. So yeah, the normal flat, yes, but we have the potential for a bigger impulse. In a wave C for like extended flat targets. What we also spoke about, I'm not sure, not everyone that's here will know this because that was in the like older content. But remember where I had the following. It's a trading psychology thing, right? Remember where we spoke about this. Let's see. Yep. So I love to think about trading psychology. Now the people that are here for like two weeks ago or something, I had the expanding flat on my chart, but just generally I had the expanding flat target and the regular flat target, and it was like greed and FOMO. But what I would like to see is fear and panic. I don't like price to really go up as long as there's greed and FOMO, and you know, people just buy. No one gets stopped out. Everyone's a winner, you know. So it's actually very nice to move to the downside, see how the market reacts, see what kind of structures we get, but also from a trading psychology point of view, this is important. Fear and panic. That is what we also want to see in a bull market when we get these retracements, right? Fear and panic. All right, move up, boom, 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 down we go, right? Quick move after the ETF announcement, immediately like a 20% drop or whatever that is. I like to see that. It's important for the market as well. And those are interesting moments. Kind profile, ML, gives you the initial range at the start of the week. Often both will be taken during 3 weeks. So if the Monday high gets taken out first, probabilities for a reverse. I see. Very nice. Interesting strategy there. I think the bottom is around the corner. You also have experienced kind profile with that. Eh? Raccoons, exactly, Mark. Can a last fifth wave of a 1, 2, 3, 5 impulse be labeled as an ABC? No, unless it is an ending diagonal. So you need a 5-wave structure unless you have an ending diagonal. But an ending diagonal is still a 5-wave structure. It's just 5 times a 3-waver. So you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to have your 1, 2, 3. Oh man, I can't even do that. And then your wave 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ending diagonal, and then you want to go back. That's the only way to end an impulse with 3 wavy structures, is a diagonal. Artem Zar, Ukrainian here. Welcome, man. Welcome from the Netherlands. Dutchie here. Cheese guy. Oh man, I can't keep up. Oh, I'm almost there. I'm more bullish on this drop than ever, especially in regards to the 112. That seems likely. Yeah, that is a very interesting scenario, not gonna lie. So it's now waiting for proof of support, bullish signs, seeing a bounce, all that, the good stuff, and then we can talk about potentially moving up. But at the moment, of course, we're just dropping, moving down on increasing volume, which is good to see. It's healthy as well. And let me put the weekly gap on as well. Put the volume on. So far, the volume is still lower than we had previously, which is also important to keep an eye on. On the 4, yeah, also on the 4 hour, still lower. So, okay. Now let's see what price is going to do. If you trade futures, yeah, so I trade on BingX. That's by far my favorite platform that I have used. Also before I even had the YouTube channel. I once started on Bybit, but then I quite quickly moved to BingX. And I used the Coinbase chart because of the wicks. So I trade Elliott Waves, but that's more swingy, swing trading. And I also have a day trading strategy that I've developed myself, which also diamonds are using and trading. Like the whole thing is there. And I have compared my strategy back in the day on different charts. And based on the data, the Coinbase chart was the best. So that's why I use the Coinbase chart for my analysis. And with regards to Elliott Waves, it doesn't really matter. Also, my stop losses are never very small, very close, and there's just a small price difference between the charts, so yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. We go beyond the previous low, correct? Yeah, we continue. We also have the other low, of course. This one here, 59.2. That's another low. Where would you open the next long? So for me to get back into a long position, right? What I need to see is a range. And then depending on the range, I can assess the probabilities of up or down. And then I decide if it's interesting enough or not. So actually yesterday, and the diamonds will know, yesterday I was considering a long here, but it was getting quite late and I was tired, and I know that when I'm tired I shouldn't really trade, so I closed. But then I went live in Diamond in the group. We have a voice channel, so I was live with Diamond chatting, and I told Diamond, I said, guys, right, probabilities are higher to take these highs. I said that in the live stream yesterday, right? Probabilities higher to take the highs. I see bullish CVD divergences here. I'm like, mate, I'm so interested in just taking it. So then I took it when we saw some volume. Took a TP1, stop loss break even, went to bed, and then this morning the remainder got stopped out. So that's a long in a bearish trend. But I need to see a range, and then based on what I see, I can trade, but as long as price is pushing down, I have no interest in increasing volume. So I need to see a bigger range forming, so a sideways structure. Let price go horizontal. All right, price moves down, la-di-la-di-la, get a bit of a bounce, price moving up, bit of a bounce up and down, and depending on the structure, that is where I can reassess the probabilities on the different time frames effectively. Yeah. Yes, correct. That's the answer in short. A quarter level, 58.6, 58.6. Yes. Yeah, there's so what goes up quick can come down quick, and the problem we have below this low is there's not too much structure except for the white box I have here. A little bit of structure. But other than that, this was a very quick move. And what, of course, as mentioned, goes up quick can also go down quick. Yeah, we'll see how price is going to react at 59.2 if we get there. But at the moment, volume is increasing. 15 minutes, yeah, yeah, very much so. So not yet comparable to the previous drops, though. If you're currently not in a trade, when would you open your next one? I guess it depends on long or short. I just explained the long, and for a short, well, it was better to not. So I entered my short here because we lost support and I saw the bearish CVD. So what I did is I went short, right? Price went above my support resistance area. So let me explain my thinking. Maybe some people learn something. Take profit has already been taken and stuff, so we'll see. So price moved down. I was not in a position here. This is where I entered, stop loss here. And I told myself, I said, that was my plan, like, hey, if we lose this support, there's not too much left. So I'm interested. And I was keeping an eye on volume, but even though we were making lower lows, the volume here was actually a little bit lower. So I was like, Then we moved down. Entry was here in this candle, stop loss above, but then we moved back shortly on the 15-minute above support here. I had a daily naked point of control. So actually I was like, okay, let me get out here, right? And then observe again, because we had a bit of a push, and I was like, okay, let me observe. I entered here, I exited here, right? My stop loss was somewhere up here. So that's like what, 0.1% loss. It's kind of like break even. And then I was looking here. Okay, 3-wave move, price is moving down again, hits the 0.618. That's where I got interested again. So I was like, okay, I re-enter, right? Stop loss at the same place up there because I like bigger stop losses. And price moving down, and yeah, TP1 has been taken, and now it's just ride the wave and see if it continues. If we see any signs of strength or whatever, then I am interested in taking another take profit, but I'm a swing trader with Elliott Wave, so as long as I don't see a range, I'm not interested in a second TP. I just let it run. So yeah, other than that, now you're of course at the low of the move. Now arguably you just lost the support resistance area. So now how I would try and find shorts now is flipping support resistance areas. If there's an area of support and you flip it in resistance, that could be a potential entry. If you see bearish CVD divergences continuing to build, that can be an entry. Where are we now? We are now here. Let's see, was there anything? I mean, this is 3-min bearish CVD. I don't use really. Yeah, we had a little bit bearish CVD here. What is this? 62.8. Oh wait, this is where I entered. Of course, now we're lower. I didn't enter because of that. It was because of an impulse invalidation. No bearish CVD. So yeah, I guess support resistance flips, or yeah, but you have to identify those, of course. Losing certain levels, yeah. Keep in mind the bull market support band EMA is right below us as well. 20-week SMA and 21. Which level? Crypto paralysis. Which level are they? These ones. Actually, never really use them. Yo, Jay, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Hi, small question. How have you learned the FIP talks for Elliott Wave? I learned some new stuff. 886, but I cannot. So the 886, so some stuff is built on a lot of experience, but if you start to study Elliott Waves, you will realize what is common and uncommon, but also, of course, research helps. So this website, which is in the description, it's not an affiliate website, whatever. It's just educational sources. It's open the description and you'll see it. This website is amazing. So I've never spoken to them, but I always recommend them. 90%, 95% of what you see here is really good. They don't have everything, like some of the new rules of the diagonal have not been updated, but not too much have changed. But yeah, very, very good. And also here you can see common targets, less common targets because of the colors that they highlighted. And then, of course, in practice, you're going to implement this and see, hey, is it common? Is it not? Do we often turn around there? And but yeah, the 886 for your wave B, it's you'll read that, or you see it on multiple websites, and that's where you get it from. And then also you build the experience, which is most important as well. What's up, Jeroen? Welcome. Where is the button? Which button you mean, Josko? How many likes for a free membership raffle? Can you please? Kenny has been here for a long time. His life went upside down in the time of the channel. This guy used to live in Canada, now lives in Portugal. He's European. Boom. Some serious volume coming in, right? Price moving down, volume is still increasing. Not yet the same as previously, but it's locally still increasing, and that is what we're interested in, no? Suyit Kumar Singh, good evening, brother. I just made tech analysis with volume. A visualization of down move is 63.50 broken. We might see 56 to 57. Agree in terms of range? Yes. Yeah, hopefully people learn about that as well with regards to the range. Oh, look, 60K, psychological level. Let's see what happens at the 60K. Did you see how quick that went? You see this? $60K, yo. Your psychological level. Yeah. So hit it, take the low, and they move it up, and now they took the high, and well, whatever. The bigger round number is always important. Is this exactly 60? Yo, this is exactly 60k. And then you wick the low, move. Yeah, interesting. Not surprised. Ivan Damyanov, thank you. Appreciate your kind words, my friend. Hope you're doing good. Jeremy Vasquez, I still get nightmares about not being ready for exams. Yeah, man. So I studied medicine to become a doc, right? And 4 times a year we had the progression test, I guess we call it in English. And basically year 1 till year 6, everyone gets the same test, but your percentage of correct answers are different. So a first year student has a much lower rate that they need to be like right compared to a 6th year. And 4 times a year that percentage slowly increases. You need to know more and more and more. And if you fail, you have to redo it. And if you fail the second one, you're out. Mate, the stress. Yeah. Yes, I don't miss that test, yo. Like we're sitting in a big gym, you know, like the school gyms, like the big rooms, and then you have the floor with all the stripes. There we are, right, with 1,000 students, table 1 meter, table 1 meter, all those medical students sitting there, everyone making the same test, and we had 3 or 4 hours. I don't know if there's a Dutch medical. I think 4 hours was it for the test, or 3 hours. But it was 200 questions, multiple choice, and yeah, if you had a wrong answer, you got minus points. I'm not missing that. Big volatility soon at 60k. Rob EV, you were correct. There was some volatility here very locally. Always those psychological numbers, no? Welcome, Manoy from India. 59,600 bounce fuse low. Check for SFP. Yeah, we didn't yet touch 59,600 here. Let's see if we go to... oh, did we took it here on Bybit? What's the low? The low here is... oh, we have a double bottom. Bybit has a double bottom, exactly 59,800 twice. Oh, that's interesting. Where was the other one? On BingX, we actually took the low now. $60K, psychological number. Gabriel, a lot of people waiting for 53 to... Yeah, I don't like levels that are very popular. So if we smash a level, could be the start of the mini bear market, maybe for 3-4 months. Yeah, just continue a range. Yeah, and to take the low. Sure. Yeah, not yet talking about 15. I don't mind. I'm in a short, but you know what I mean. So yeah, it's not yet the highest probability scenario. We definitely first need to lose like a couple of important levels before we reach 15. Like 49.3, that's an invalidation of one bullish scenario. 39 is another, but if you go all the way down there, that's not good. Why XRP not moving? I don't know. How are the alts doing? I don't trade alts, but I have my my coin list here. Looks like a beautiful red day. Wave, Psy, Riot, USDT, DXY. Those are the only ones that are up that I have here. These are alts that I have done some form of analysis on in the past, or gold members asking, or the altcoin Elliott Wave stream that we did, right, with 19 different alts. Yeah, but yeah, it's a nice, it's a beautiful red day. Pretty much everywhere. 50K, big liquidations, 15 billion. Yeah. The market moves up. Stop losses, they go up and they go up and they go up, and people put in more leverage, and then once the leverages, or once the stop losses are hit, and the liquidations can go fast. Dumpy Booty Boy, what's up? How you doing, man? Moon Boot Boy, 127 days ago I discovered this channel, and today I'm like, hashtag 127. I don't know what you mean. Oh, you mean the like 127? I actually have no idea. 136 now. So you played your role. Thanks, man. Do you think the halving is going to affect price? It's just like a news event, and around those type of news events, it can be volatile. So I do expect some volatility on the chart. At the same time, I remember when we had the ETF rumors, right? We had the ETF stream. And I mentioned during the ETF stream, I would love to see a move up, induce some greed and fear for all the people that want to join an ETF news and buy, and then take it down. That was this candle, but the news was here. Nothing happened that night that we were live. The day after, that is where it happened. So I don't know, like what day was this? This was a Thursday. So this was during the week, while the halving is Friday/Saturday, so depending on the time zone you live. So yeah, let's see what kind of reaction we get in the markets, but I can imagine there will be increased volatility because of increased emotion, and people click buttons. Amstel Radler, that is correct. Wait, I can't keep up, man. Oh wait, I can. I've already been here. Dummy. I see you living. Not you live when Bitcoin is at important levels. Pleasure, Tangerine. Always live when there's great volatility. We see what price does together, right? So whenever price is moving quickly, you will see me live on the channel. And that is because actually quite early on in the channel's lifespan, I did a little poll in a live chat where I asked people like, hey, if there's high volatility or things happening, do you want me to be live? And it was convincingly voted yes. So besides, I always go live in the afternoon anyway, so it was quite a good moment. The bands are around 54K around, but climbing. There's an indicator called bull market support band. If you like to, yeah, I will check this. This is quite interesting. Let me actually put it in my notes first. There we go. Because I want to get to the bottom. 60K a bust. Yeah, Donovan, welcome. All lows taken now. Yeah, I mean the previous two lows, yes, and 59.2 is another one. Amstel Radler, that is correct. Watching you on my TV. Shit. There I am. I made it, Mom. I'm not sure. Probably not too many people know here, but I actually was a television host in the Netherlands for 4 years on Fox Sports and ESPN. There you go. And the first broadcast I ever had on Fox Sports, my mom, she was so proud. She was watching the show. She didn't know shit about what I was presenting, but she was watching just for the sake of me sitting there. And she was taking pictures of the TV and then send it to friends and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, good times. I'll be able to find that picture. It's probably on either on my Instagram or on Facebook or something. According to Wyckoff, we are perfect on scheme. Normally we should have the wick, and now it should move to the top of the range. Yeah, let's see. So what from an Elliott Wave point of view, I like to see a range, or of course that also means I want to see a bounce and then a retracement. A V-shaped recovery is always very rare. So if we do get a bounce and a couple of waves, I then look for a retracement again, and that is where I start to get interested. But as long as price moves down on increasing volume, yeah, it's not too interesting. Now we hit 60K, psychological support. See how price reacts here. You can see a little bit of a reaction. Dexter, always a pleasure, man. I'm considering for a moment, but got into multiple other competing recently, so I'm not sure if I have time to just share. Yo, hey, Dutchie, by the way. No problem. I mean, it's open. It's always there, and if you're part of others, just hang around there. No issue. it's there if you want to, and it's also there if you don't want to. So no problemo. But yo, thanks. Appreciate it, man. Crypto paralysis. 60K people love to trade swing failure pattern. Swing failure pattern of the low. Yeah, locally. I'm on a 30-min chart now. So I started messing to become a dog. Sounds like an eye to me. Yeah. Oh yeah. Medical study, man. Best medicine university out there. They are considered good, but I'm not sure what the best university is in the world. Like probably not in the Netherlands, but I don't know. They are good. So I was studying medicine at the University of University of Amsterdam. 59,800. I mean, we got very close, no? 59. Well, we already did, by the way. So we already hit that level, yeah. That is correct, Dumpy Booty Boy. Alternation is definitely something that holds truth. So wave 2 tends to be short, deep, and simple. Wave 4 tends to be long, complex, and shallow. That is the highest probability. If wave 2 is shallow, complex, and long, or one of the three, then wave 4 has a higher probability, because it's all probabilities, to be the opposite. But of course, a wave 2 and a wave 4 can both be deep, but generally alternation is very important, yes. So that is something that can be expected. So with the fact that we had very shallow wave 2s increases probabilities to have deeper wave 4s. Abhijit Cineroy, hey Koens, came in late today, but I went through the analysis. Really excited for the 10K event and congress. Oh yeah, so he's talking about my subscriber count, by the way, everyone. Just playing it safe here. Thanks, Abhijit, appreciate it, man. Very kind of you. What brings them down to? Well, we're already there now. 59.9. I mean, we touched it. Let's say 52K soon. First one to lose and close some daily candles below 59.2 to increase the probabilities. We have a little bit of support here, 57.7 to 56.6, but if you lose that, then yeah, 53K is getting close, therefore 52K. We are filling our single prints at the bottom, yep, and that is exactly what's also why the gap is important. Single prints. What will happen if Bitcoin goes under 5? I mean, we have a little bit of a reaction. But the fact that price is moving down on volume, right? So we spoke about it earlier. So local bullish and bearish scenario, right? Bearish scenario is an impulse down. 1, 2, 3, continuation to the downside. Currently, price moving down, volume increasing. You at least want to wait for a sideways range in a wave 4, right? And then another move down in a wave 5. And then eventually reverse. The bullish scenario would be a flat in an A, B, C, preferably a running flat, which is rare, but if you take this high, a wave 4 becomes invalidated. So yeah, but at the moment, as long as price is moving down on increasing volume, I don't care about looking to upside. We first need to wait for a range. And the range, of course, is not 2 or 3 candles. I look for ranges here. Price moving down, and we get a range. That's where things start to get interesting. Opinions on using RSI. Great indicator. I'm sure. I mean, many Elliott Wave analysts use RSI. I think it is an indicator that can be profitable as long as you build a plan with that indicator, and that plan should be based on statistics. So build statistics on the indicator. I don't use RSI myself, but that is personal preference. I have my own tools that I like to use, which I prefer as a trader myself, because those tools are my favorites. I just like them more. But other traders like other tools more. So also RSI can work perfectly fine, but make sure you track statistics on RSI. Not every divergence is a trade, and context is important. Support resistance needs more. But yeah, you can use it for trading, absolutely. Which price level is best to DCA? That depends on your personal plan and strategy that you have made. Make sure you have a minimum level where you want to start DCAing, but also you need a stop loss where you get out of your position because your plan is not valid anymore, and make sure you have take profits. Or as Miller, how you doing? Welcome. Quick email needed. Welcome back as well, you two. Good to see you here once again. Dominance lower day going down. Clay, how long do you do trading? January 2021. How long do you do? Well, that question answered. Hugo Gomez, what does that say to you? I don't really make use of Bitcoin dominance, but yeah, people, I mean, it's quite literally, if Bitcoin dominance goes down, the money goes somewhere else. So people take out money from Bitcoin and put it at other places, either cash or other assets, quite literally. But I don't really use the dominance in my analysis. I do have an Elliott Wave count on it, but Bitcoin dominance, you can't go past 100%, and you also can't go past 0%. So it's not really a chart that you can actually do an Elliott Wave analysis on effectively, because you'll always go sideways. Jay, I'm from the UK, but travel a lot around Europe, bro. Visit Netherlands a lot with the bands I tour with. Wait, you're in a band? Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Venlo, and Yard in Zeeland. Yo, Jay, when you're in the Netherlands with the band that you tour with, send me a message, DM somewhere. I'm happy to come out and have a look. Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Venlo, and a yard in Zeeland, near Ude. I know Ude because my parents live in Nistelrode and I grew up in Os, which is very close to Ude. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And yeah, let me know if you have to play somewhere. I'd be interested to have a look. My hypothetical count has us in a wave 3 of an impulse down. Part of the wave is C. The 1.659.1. Wait. Okay. Oh, misclick. After so much thinking, I still managed to misclick up. Ooh, mine is a lot lower. 56. Mine is 57. It's a. You should. It's a. By the way. Where's the comment now? Oh, Rob. Make sure it's a trend-based Fib extension, not a Fibonacci pull. So you not a Fibonacci retracement, but you need the trend-based Fib extension from the high to the low to the high. The flat would be the bullish scenario, but you first need proof of support, a range to form, some bullish CVD, some resistance, flip back in support. Like there's no reason for me to enter longs here. I don't see what I want to see. Which of course is personal. Other people may long there because 60k, swing failure pattern on a low time frame, scalping, but it's not for me. What does dominance tell you? Also reaching the lows. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If Bitcoin goes down, usually a lot goes down at the same time. Bitcoin dominance for me is just how much money is there in Bitcoin. And if it goes down, then money flows out Bitcoin into either cash, USDT, other assets. I don't really use it in combination with alts or stuff because I don't trade alts as well. It would of course be clean if Bitcoin touches that gray support you drew, also close the gap in the dark gray, Bitcoin's wicks or something. Yeah, yeah, it can have very big wicks. I agree. And it would be nice to fill the gaps, fill some of those single prints, you know, like find some support, start a new range, reanalyze what's up. Dexter, not sure if you mentioned it, but did you graduate medical school? No. So not because I didn't pass it, but because entrepreneurship happened. So I need to give you a little bit of context so you guys will get to know me a little bit better now. So very short. When I was 15, I became a professional gamer and signed the contract. My parents did because I was too young, right? I wasn't allowed. Now, the game I used to play was Trackmania. Yes, I know it doesn't have multi-million prize pools, but I still got a salary. I went to global, like the world championships, all that stuff, right? Okay. That game got me where I am today, so I'm happy. So I started as a professional gamer. I always did that next to my school. So I played the matches, I went to events, went to the championships and all that stuff, world championships. And while I was, of course, and I started in 2006, and in 2007, I became a professional esports player, right? So the industry was quite small, but then the industry started growing between 2010, 2020, and I grew with the industry, especially in the Netherlands, where in 2014, I came in the news for the first time. I was asked to do an interview for the biggest news channel in the Netherlands, the NOS, on television. So my face was on TV, and then after that, Hollywood, as we like to call it, like everyone, all the news media channels had my phone number somehow. So everyone called me, and that increased the amount of interviews, but therefore also people started to get to know you. Businesses that had interest started to get to know you. And then I was asked to become a television host on Fox Sports and ESPN for an esports related show. So that's what I did. And while at school as well, so I was an esports player and all that stuff while still studying medicine. But then in 2018 and 2017, 2018, multiple companies started to approach me. Kia, Vodafone, Populous, Spinning Records, more. They said, "Yo, we want to work with you. We are interested in this industry. You know, you know a lot about it. Can you help us out?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, but I'm from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. at med school, and I have time in the weekends, but you are closed." So then I had a couple of months of thinking, and then when I came back in June 2018 from a week holiday where I met my now wife, I quit. And I spoke to the school because I had a special status, so I knew the management and everyone. And I said, "Hey, can I get a sabbatical for a year? I got these opportunities. I want to take them. If it doesn't work out, can I come back?" They said yes. If you get 1 year, you can come back and start where you ended. Where you can continue where you left off. So I gave myself 1 year to try and make it as a entrepreneur. I didn't know how to send invoices. I didn't know shit. Didn't have a logo. Didn't have a name. So that's where it started. And now we are here. So I never went back. And then from working with companies, I have my own book, which is launched in the Netherlands for parents and gaming children. Since 2016, I work with parents and gaming children. I'm a global keynote speaker, so globally. So I have a global agent. I have a Dutch national agent. Nowadays I do speaking, trading, YouTube arguably, right? And I am a board member of the Global Esports Federation. So there you go. So that's the story behind quitting med school. I cannot, if you're a student here, I do not recommend to quit your study without having a very good reason to do so. So I already, as you heard, I had multiple things running before I quit, right? Playing as a professional, being on television, working with companies, starting my business. I had things going, I had opportunities, and eventually I took them. So yeah, there you go. Do you accept this bull run would not go as it was before, because everyone knows in bull run price go up, so it has chance prickle? I would like that to. I would like to think that it's different, but I don't hope. I just read the charts. So what I would like to look for is if we are going to play tricks here and move towards the downside, I want to see very, very strong moves to the downside on very high volume. Also, we hit the 886 at the high at 72K, rare for 2, common for B or X. So currently the probabilities are not yet on that side. And I think these type of ranges, this is where the trickery happens, and the doubt and people selling and the emotions of people, right? How big is this range now? From the high, we dropped what? 17%, and now almost 20% pretty much from the high. It's quite a big range, right? So this is where I think that's where the trickery happens. If we really want to go down far, then we first need to see very strong moves to the downside and some important levels lost. So is there a possibility that we'll take 7,450? Not at the moment, at least, unless that was a typo. 74.5, then wave C. Currently, the probabilities on the weekly are higher to still continue the trend. Yes, your 49.3K is an invalidation of the highest probability scenario on the weekly at the moment. We should make a fourth and fifth wave down, right? From an impulsive perspective, that is what you would be looking for, a range to form. A wave C can end on high volume. So the bullish scenario would be more like a flat structure here. Right, A, B, or A, B, or a triangle. So that is your bullish scenario where you're going to have your wave A, your B, and then your C, where we hit the one-to-one, by the way. So this is your bullish scenario. But this is a three-wave structure. So what is important here is if we do get a move to the upside, the probabilities are higher to come back down later. So it's not a change of the trend. So here we're then either for a wave A, B, C, D, E triangle down, or you have your flat A, B, C, but that has to be a running flat because you don't want to take this high for a bearish continuation. So yeah, that is what's important. So we are at support. We hit 60K. We hit the one-to-one. But now what's most important is flipping some levels, getting back into the range. And as long as, you know, and even if you would move up now, the probabilities are higher to move back down later. So then this was a small fake out, let's say, you know. So yeah, let's see what happens with price here now. Sorry, quickly sending a message. They don't give up 60K here, not easily. So yeah, there you go. We are now hitting the wave C target area. So from an Elliott Wave point of view, if you now move up back into the range, it just gives a better opportunity to go short at a higher price, as the probabilities will remain higher to look for lower. Because if we're looking for an impulse down, we need a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need a wave 4 first to finish an impulse wave 5 for C. So the 0.618 that is on my chart now, which is pretty much at the support box, if you hit that, you invalidate a wave 4. Right? Now we have been talking here about the extended wave 5, which is quite rare because wave 3 is extended. So in the yep, 3, 4, if this is your 4 and you look down for a 5, because of your 1, 2 here, 1, 2, and then a big 3, your wave 5 is going to extend, but your wave 3 is already extended. So that's not great. So therefore your alternative is that your wave 4 is going to continue ranging here now. But then again, we're still looking for a wave 4, but we're looking for a running triangle and an A, B, C, D, E, then down, or A, B, C, in a running flat. Arguably, you can have a W, X, and then a Y. So those are going to be some of the scenarios, but in all cases, you don't want to take this high. That's your invalidation pretty much, because the 618 is an invalidation of this wave 4. And time-wise, you don't want, if you do go into ranging for a 4, you don't want to reach the 5, especially the 6 fib time on Tuesday, the 23rd of April. That is like a time invalidation, because then the range gets like too big. So that is the bullish scenario. So locally, the bullish scenario is you're going to continue this range for a little bit longer and then only get a drop later. Bogdan, Bogdan back at it again. Yo, everyone that got a gift from Bogdan, where is it? Oh boy, Dave. Yeah, I knew this would happen. Dave, Abid Sinarai, Tiago Santos, Delia, and Kevin Rogers. I know you've been gifted a bronze membership, but send me an email, koenztrading@outlook.com, right? And I will bump you up to silver. Give me your username, YouTube username, Discord username, Telegram username, and I'll make sure to get you sorted, okay? So Bogdan, thanks for your support, man. Back at it again with the $5. This guy, thanks, man. Hope you're making some bank. Appreciate the gifts, and hopefully the community does as well. This is true because the emojis are basically just very easily made in paint. Lol. But yeah, we gotta get to work with that. Arbuzni Sok, if you're here, you know, we gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about this. So yeah. Thanks, man. Let's have a quick look here. Oh damn, I gotta keep up. Answer that. Cash is king. Yeah, play it safe. So we do have a reaction here, right? At 60k a little bit, moving back above the lows. But let's see if it can flip back resistance into support as well. Let me put this on. Would be quite interesting. The link is so the link is not over. It's just that your auto banned because new accounts younger than 3 days are not able to join. So let me quickly just unban you. So there we go. Stylish Raccoon. Unban. And who is this? Paulo. Yeah, I just unbanned someone that tried getting in, but it might be possible you have to wait 3 days though. Could you also have a trade on the gold market, or is that no? I only trade Bitcoin. Yeah, so I don't trade other assets really. Greg, before trading, I'd have been owning that while it goes down. Glad to be out right now. Thank you. Cheers, Greg. Cheers. Stick to your plan. Stick to your strategy. Did you decide on a date for altcoins? Yes, first Sundays of the month. If I can't stream on a Sunday, it will be a Saturday. And if I can't the whole weekend, because for whatever reason, I'll do it during the week, but I'll make sure to inform people. But the first Sunday of the month sounds like a good plan. And yeah, maybe this weekend, but that depends, because if we're going to hit 10K this weekend, I'm probably going to have a longer stream. And I don't want to do an alt stream as well. Like these tend to be quite long because you do analysis on multiple alts at the same time. So let's see how things roll. Hello, local structure wave 3 should extend to yes. Then 4 to yes, Cediums, that is correct. If this would be a 3 to the downside and this is your 1, then you're correct. Trackmania, yep. Could be there's only wave A from 74k towards the low, B and C. For a flat, yes, because I mean you can have a flat in A and then a zigzag B and then a wave C to the downside, but then the time we have to, if that happens, we need to keep an eye on time, because wave 2 and 4 of course are related in time. So this might be a very long structure in time. Yeah, Trackmania, it is, eh? Trackmania, Hugo, yep. Are there any Trackmaniacs here? H1 platform do you trade? Everything is better restricted in the Netherlands. So I was already on BingX before the restriction in the Netherlands, and I can just continue using it. But I don't like. I would like to speak with Dutchies to see what they are using, to get a better idea of, hey, if I would add a partner to the channel to help out people that can't use it, what can they use? There's a company that approached me, which is called Vantage. They exist for 13 years, and they look quite big. But yeah, I don't quickly add partners unless I really know like if it's solid, and I prefer, so BingX is, I use it myself, and I know the business and stuff, so that helps. And I use it already for such a long time. Of course, I don't know Vantage, so I would be interested to know what people actually use. What's up, HZ? Price moving down, like weekly. On the weekly time frame, probability is still high to continue the trend to the upside. On the 4-hour time frame, probabilities were high to take the low, so that finally happened. On the 15-minute, we are just waiting for a range to form or a bounce, and then take it from there. As long as price is moving down on volume, you know, we just wait and see. That is pretty much that's pretty much it from an Elliott Wave point of view. Now with Elliott Waves, what is interesting is we got to keep an eye on a potential 3-waver here or a bigger triangle, because we now have the 1 to the 1.236 common target area for wave C, taken from the high to the low of A to the high of B. And there are some probabilities for this scenario as well, but it's difficult, especially after you take the low, to say, hey, you know, this is higher, this is higher, because I want to wait and see what the range gives. But if this is a wave 1, 2, and you go down in a wave 3 for a bigger wave 5, then your wave 5 is going to be extended. And an extended wave 5, while your wave 3 is already extended to the 2 trend-based sub-extension, this might all sound very theoretical, but he can follow, so I just go through it quickly. Is of course not preferred if wave 5 and 3 is extended. Usually, you know, only one extends. So it's at least something we have to keep an eye on with regards to support in this area and the potential development of a range, and flipping some levels again. Resistance to support, maybe some bullish CVDs, that sort of stuff that would be important. But yeah, I just put this on my chart now. Let me actually remove the ABC. I don't want to yet induce too much. But yeah, these are important. This is an important area. If you break this, then yeah, next is support. FIFA, better on that than Trackmania. I suck at FIFA, man. So I know the FIFA players in the Netherlands. Dani Hagebeuk, Koen Weiland, the A-divisie players. Know some of them very, very well personally, because we're all like the same age kind of category. Like Koen Weiland, like we are the same age. We grew up in the same time. He went to Paris for the FIFA championships. I went to Paris for the Trackmania championships. So it's Koen and Koen, you know. Like he played FIFA, I played Trackmania. Yeah, the good old times. So yeah, I know many esports players globally very, very well. Yeah. Will Bitcoin still go in deep correction? It's definitely having a break. The impulsivity has died down a little bit. So let's observe, see what happens. As I mentioned earlier, right? Like from a trading perspective, for me to consider longs, I need to see a range. And if we get a bounce and stuff, that's fine. I'm not someone that takes the low or you know, snipes the low or the high. I have no problem not sniping lows or highs. For me to enter shorts, well, you know, that was interesting here, but I already TP'd a few times now. And for new shorts, I need either flipping support into resistance, and volume can be like CVD can be interesting. We're now at the low of a move, so yeah, I don't know if that's according to someone's plan. They should, but I like to short from higher, of course, and then wait and see. Paper aeroplanes. I made those as well. I learned to fold a certain aeroplane, like the world record aeroplane, from my grandpa. That's something I will never forget, how to fold that one. Yeah, cheers, Dexter. Yeah. Oh wait, Mark might need to update his link. How can I find the book? Not really sure what book. Oh, my book. It's a Dutch one though, so it's not translated in English. Mijn gamende kind for the Dutchies. It's for parents with gaming children. That's my niche expertise in the gaming and esports industry. I don't really know. I might know soon because Mark and I go on a date together. We're gonna have a drink. When was it, Mark? This Friday or next week Friday? I'm actually not too sure. When was it? The 26th. Yeah, 26th. In a school race, but I don't like to brag. Hey, if that is the best you could do, I mean, can be proud, no? Cross the finish line. The 1-to-1 ratio, 1-to-1 fib, trend-based fib. Yeah, it just adds a little bit to the support. What's up, Shirley? How are you doing? Nice to see you here once again. Shirley that back in the day found the TPO indicator on TradingView before it went VIP. Nice one, Bogdan. Good stuff. Golden pocket 5500 too high. So if we move up for a wave 5, that would for me be a wave 5 of a wave 3. So then another 4 and 5 up. 50.5k is still at least above the invalidation for wave 4, but it is quite deep. That's for sure. So not really looking at the 50k level yet. I need to really go quick. Yes, I use coin, but this is just personal opinion. Some people like index, some people like Bybit, BingX, Coinbase. My chart, the reason I chose this chart is not because of Elliott Waves, it's because of the wicks. They work best for my personal strategy. So that's the only reason. I have no other connection. I mean, we took the low on index as well. Or you're talking about locally? Oh, here we also took the low. So I don't know. On index here, my lows are taken. The only one that's not taken is 59.2k, but that's also not taken on my chart. We still have 59.2k, which is the high of the weekly gap here. So that is this one. That is correct, Hugo. Yeah, fake or not, we'll see. We, of course, first have to flip some levels. But even if you move up here, probabilities are high to go down later again. Now that we took the low, that is the info that we have. Where this then becomes a three-wave structure in either a running triangle, flat, or WXY. Don't really like the flat, so I would prefer a triangle or WXY. Don't like the flat because moving above the high here would invalidate a 4. So if you do go back in the range, probability is high to go down at a later stage again. Where did you learn Elliott Waves? Yeah, I learned it myself. And because it was COVID and the pandemic, I had a lot of time on my hands. So I pretty much was full timing, more than more than putting full-time hours into studying Elliott Waves. And I learned it online, just websites, implementation, and especially making notes. So that's how I learned it. I have a big notebook where I drew everything down, or I drew it on paper, the different scenarios, the rules, fib levels, and then I started to implement and try to get the hang of it, which it takes a while though. It takes a while to get the hang of Elliott Waves because of the serious amount of theory. So we wigged the regular flat. We could go up from here. Well, but you don't have a 5-wave impulse. So if you're looking to finish the regular flat, let me actually clean up the chart. Yeah, so let me clean that. Okay, that's important. 60K, we don't need that now. And we already, that's now support resistance, and let's get rid of this. So even though you hit the 1-to-1, like Matchy 8K already said, from the high to the low to the high, the 1-to-1 is hit, wave C target. A wave 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has to be a 5-wave structure. 1, 2, 3. We still need a 4 and a 5. Therefore, if price returns in the range, the probabilities are higher to go down at a later stage where this is still going to be a wave 4. Because we want to end with a 5-wave structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, continuation to the upside. However, if price jumps back in the range, probabilities are high to continue ranging, WXY, triangle, and then go back down at a later stage to finish C. So yeah. Cheers, Bogdan. Is the dump over? Well, at least for now, we find some support here, right? Price is just ranging below resistance and on top of some support. So yeah, we wait for a range to form, no, and that takes a little while to give us more clarity on what price wants to do. A little bit of bullish CVD, higher low, lower low on yellow, but the target is literally this little high. So I prefer to, so what I like to wait for is a 15-minute range. That's my preferred like range time frame, I suppose. So yeah, that will take a while. Oh, you found something else? TradingView now has, I mean, TradingView has many different CVDs, but they're calculated different than AGGR, and it's not the same yet. I haven't yet found a CVD that is as good as AGGR, but I'm happy to consider other options. Mate, what is happening? I can't keep up with chat anymore. Oh man, very short answers. Anonymous, that is not a Elliott Wave scenario at the moment. Going up to 73 and then down again. I'm of course I'm in my head. I'm going through the scenarios, but this is not one of the options. Adam, if you did me to go on that trip, you would never have took that sabbatical. No. Because I was already for 3 months before considering, yeah. So I already wanted to follow the entrepreneurial route. Koens, why are we still looking for wave 4? Wave W is zigzag, so we're not allowed to have a zigzagging wave. Well, we're now looking at the flat, not the WXY. And in wave Y, so I actually don't know what time frame you're talking about, Dimjack, but on the 4-hour. W zigzag, Y flat, 5-wave move to the downside. That's then what we're looking for. But preferably the low of that Y was this one on the left. We now took it. So unless this is the low, but then a flat works better. So then I prefer the flat. But then still you have a 3-wave move down now, not a 5-wave move. And you hit the 1-to-1, wave C target. if you do move up, three-wave structure, likely you're going to come down again at a later stage. So, and locally, W, X, and then you can still have a Y to the upside here, and then a flat or a triangle. Or a bigger triangle, or a flat. Mirovsky, how are you doing? Delia, pleasure. Do you hold any alts? No. Yeah, I never really got too interested in them. When are you moving to France? Probably quite soon. July, August. August. Won't take too long. We're going to put the house on the market in 2 or 3 weeks, I think. 3 weeks. It's a good period, actually. How can you get gifted? It's a lottery, man. It's it's just random. It's random. Do you keep track of the S&P 500? It doesn't drop. Doesn't seem to be helping Bitcoin. That is true. It's commonly related. I don't keep track of the S&P, as in like I check it often. I only check it if people in Discord or Gold members say But I don't. I actually only look at Bitcoin. I don't generally look at a lot of other things, because Bitcoin gives me all the info that I really need to trade. But sometimes I only checked it on a weekly. Didn't really go to the lower time frames. But if it drops, then yeah, it's common for Bitcoin to move along. The overall wave 3 top of the cycle. Yeah, so 74K, wave 3 top. Yeah, possible. And I'm now watching between. Yeah, so Pixel, yeah, wave 4 target area. Yeah. And yeah, so you have pretty much the same target area. It's probably a little lower. Make sure on a weekly, if you check it on a weekly, to also use the logarithmic scale on your fibs and the chart. It works a bit better, and your target will be a little bit lower, giving you a bit more flexibility as well. That's a recommendation. For a wave 4, the 0.5 is also still a target, right? A common target. The 0.618 is the invalidation. So yeah. Muhammad Umar Khan, new here. Welcome. My name is Koen. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. 300 plus watching. I haven't checked the how many. 310. Shit, guys. I can't keep up with chat now. This doesn't happen often. This is one of the first times I can't keep up. I try to answer everyone, but it's a problem. Cheers, guys. Wist niet dat we erop konden. No, so the only reason that I was already trading on Bing. I'm already trading on BingX for a long time, even before I started YouTube in February last year. So the referral is thanks, by the way, that you're asking for the referral to support the channel. I appreciate your what you want to do here. But so in the Netherlands, new Dutch accounts can't be generated. Only existing accounts can still trade. So that is why for Dutch people, I'm also trying to have a little look left, right, like, hey, is there something that Dutchies use now, like what exchange they use that is allowed? Bybit is also not allowed anymore, right? It's stupid, but yeah. So yeah, I'm happy to give you the referral, which is the top link in the description. That's simply it. And of course, if you someone supports the channel, and if you want to know how it works to get the ins and the outs, every time you trade, you pay a very small fee, of course, and 0.025% goes to the content creator, which of course it's minimal numbers, right? But all the little bits and pieces help. So yeah. So that's how it works. And if you want to check out BingX without supporting, then just Google BingX. That works as well. What's up, Robot? How are you doing? I used to test MEXC in the community against BingX, KuCoin, Bybit, and I don't know if it was OKX, the other one. And then I had people vote by just registering and trading, and then based on that I decided, okay, this is the most popular one. And I mean, yeah, that was BingX as well, so that was a nice one. you'll still be able to find that vote in Discord as well. Give me he's new, everyone. Give him a second. Give me long or short entry. Mohammed, I will give you information that is a lot more valuable than what you're going to do or what you want to do, which is longing or shorting. But it's not what you want to hear, but it is what's going to help you most in the long run. Because if you are someone that asks these type of questions online to people, you do not have a plan, you don't have a strategy, you have a high probability to be a losing trader. So what's the tip? 6 steps. Very short, in less than a minute. Step number 1, try as many free tools as you can. Use TradingView first, use the indicators and all the tools that you see in the left bar. Step number 2, find your favorite tools, build statistics on these tools, right? Step number 3, combine some of your favorite tools that showed good statistics, build statistics on the combination. Now you are creating a strategy. Step number 4, tweak and adjust, add a tool, remove a tool of the combination, track more statistics. Now you're trying to improve your win rate or your risk reward ratio. Step number 5, start trading it, low amount of money, work on your head, trading psychology. Step number 6, increase your portfolio size and your budget slowly to get used to bigger losses, because getting used to bigger winners is easy. Follow these 6 steps and you will become, I should say that differently, you have a very high probability of being a consistently profitable trader. If you are in this industry asking these questions, you can better quit, because it's a waste of money and time. If you're serious and you want to be in the business for 5 years, for 10 years, you want to quit your job, you want to support your family, you want to do whatever, right? Ride Lamborghinis. My friend, you need a plan. This is not a plan. So I give you info you might not want to hear, but it's the info you need to hear. And if you leave this channel because of what I just said, then very likely you don't want to put in the work to become a profitable trader in the first place. What you're doing in this industry, you know, like, yeah. Build statistics, get the experience, right? Build the strategy, put time in yourself. It takes you half a year, a quarter, 1 year, 1.5, 2 years, whatever, to build your strategy. But the time you invest in building the strategy and working on yourself will pay off in the 10 years after, because you're going to have a profitable system that you can constantly rely on because you have the data. You trust it because you have developed it. It's your thing. It's your baby, right? So build that strategy, put in the time, become profitable. Voila. Cool. At what level of your membership do you cover your entry, stop loss, TP strat? Diamond. Like my day trading strat, that's in diamond. Yeah. Well, let UK was seeing some big exchanges. FTX, lol. Yeah. OKX apparently has some issues as well at the moment. Thanks for the pleasure, Bogdan. Thanks for the 5, eh? The 5 gifts, appreciate it. Going to watch Dune 2. Oh, I watched that movie. Very good movie. Yeah. I love that series, man. Dune 1 was great. Dune 2 is even better. Have a nice one. Where's my stop loss? Break even. And my entry was somewhere here around 62.5. I don't know, to be exact. What was it? 62,322. Here we go. I made shitty paper planes. Yeah. I'm a competitive guy. Okay, this goes quick. Thanks everyone for liking as well. Nice. Could you please teach us how to fold the wallet? I should do that in another stream. I already can't keep up with chat now, but I'll remember surely. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Oh boy. Wait. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Pig emoji. What's up, Pistachio? I've improved since you've been. Yeah. I like you. I don't know. You've been doing very, very well. So Pistachio was in gold. I don't know when you joined. I think when gold opened very early, which is the Elliott Wave course I have, where all my brain is in there, and he was there as he's been the best student in gold. In his development with the questions, the development of Elliott Waves, and now in Diamond, where he is now, we just chat on the same level. Very good, WXY. Very nice scenario. I agree. I'm like the proud dad, you know what I mean? But he put in the work. It's on him. It's on him. Dumpy boot boy. That's not true. Running flat, that is, well, it's either on the 4-hour time frame. We took the low of A, so it's always going to be a regular, because for running you're not allowed to take the low of A, which we did. So we're not looking for a running flat. If we, however, would move up here, right, then that could be an option in an A, B, C. But the running flat is a rare corrective structure, never preferred unless the other stuff fails. So then I would prefer to first look for either a WXY or a triangle, running triangle. Yeah, too many chatters, man. Holy shit. Curious how you can. I don't smoke. So I don't know. Very curious, as I work in the industry in Cali. I mean, it's big business, but I don't really have the info I guess you're looking for. What you need to do, Jeremy, is you got to come to this country in winter when it's snowing. And then when it's snowing, you book yourself a helicopter trip in and around Amsterdam, right? And you're going to look at the rooftops. And if there is a line of houses with wide rooftops, but there is that one house with no snow on the rooftop, that is the one you want to visit. And you know why. Not yet, at least. I mean, not for me yet. You need to train hard in keeping up with chat. May I suggest practicing Frankie count? Yeah, probably not. Eventually, I just got to stick to the bottom and just take it as it comes. Better taxes? I have no idea. We just move for lifestyle, not money related. Swing failure pattern. I mean, yeah, we had 2 on top of 60. Okay, but now we are dropping again. So yeah, of course you had low 1, low 2, low 3. We didn't yet touch the 886 though. But yeah, not too much happening yet. Oh, Portugal, yeah, to visit. Yeah, would be cool, eh? Gonna have a drink somewhere on the promenade. Does the news towards and after the main event as the halving have an impact on Elliott Waves? Are the Elliott Wave rules for? No. Usually those type of events are kind of like in the scenarios already. It's not like it's purely technical. So probably the volatility will go up in and around the halving event, but there's no rules around it. Commonly, the news is already in the probability scenarios anyway. After C, will we go up? That is the plan, yes. But even if now, so the thing now is so locally we could have a finished A, B, C, right? This is your target area for C, 1 to the 1.236. If price would move up, probabilities are high to continue ranging and go down at a later stage again, because this becomes a 3-wave structure, not a 5-waver. Just probabilities, of course. But then you first need to flip some levels before we get there. So and not touch the 886, which we didn't yet, only the 786, but fair sells, that is correct. What's the minimum target for wave 5? There's 3 targets for wave 5, so it depends which one is the minimum. Depends on the size of wave 1 and wave 3. In the analysis actually earlier, I showed how to get the targets for a wave 5. But in a nutshell, if you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you take a fib from the high, also vice versa, right? Other way around. Start to the end of 4, toggle on the 1.236 to the 1.618. That's your target number 1. Target 2, trend-based fib extension from the low to the high of 3 to the low of 4, 0.618. And number 3, from the low to the high to the low, low of 1, high of 1, low of 4, toggle on the 1 to 1. This is how you can calculate your wave 5 target. And one of these is going to be your minimum. Sometimes the 1 to 1 is not even above the high of 3, so you can just remove it from the chart. Of course, we want wave 5 to take wave 3. It's very rare for it not to happen. I am new from Sri Lanka. Another one. Another one. There's quite a lot of people, Utsara Nowadja, from Sri Lanka. Welcome. Nice to have you here. I don't know why. Is Sri Lanka good with crypto? What's happening there? Interesting. Interesting. Not looking into alts at the moment. We will do an alt streams. I should write that somewhere. First Sunday of the month. I have an account on BingX. I think it's still available in Belgium. Probably. I don't know the Belgium rules. Yeah. No futures, I see. Is your real estate market stable? It's growing. Prices are moving up. Here in the US, it's been flat in our region. Family managers. No, for us, it's so last year was a little dip, but now it's record highs. We're literally selling at record highs at the moment to move to France. Not complaining. Yeah, I heard about that as well. I'm not sure about the platform. So one thing I already knew before they say it, MEXC, lowest fees, right? That stuff. And then you just know that there's going to be a day they're going to up the fees, which already happened to market standard pretty much. So first you try to get a big pool of people to watch you as a marketing tool by having very low fees, and then you bump up the fees, hope that people don't left because I know MEXC now, I know the platform, so I better stay. I'm not sure, but we did test MEXC with the community as well. It was the second most popular platform, by the way, based on the registrations and the volume that was traded, which wasn't much, but I just check, so. Yeah. But so Dutch people can use MEXC. That's interesting, though. To be honest, starting to use Bitcoin now, I'm still having a good feel about it. But but I need to know what platforms are used or can be used in the Netherlands. Because so BingX is global. The US is a difficult one, right? In the US, not many platforms people can use, but I'm just wondering in the Netherlands, as I am Dutch, I would love to be able to also give the Dutchies benefits, because the thing is, you are trading on the platform anyway. So if you can get either free money, or there's a bonus, or you get a raffle and you can win something, it's like, yo, why not? I'm trading there anyway. But I can only do that for Dutchies that already had an existing account on BingX, or at least registered through the link before it wasn't allowed anymore. So I'm trying to look, and also the UK, same with UK. So I'm trying to find something that's allowed in UK and the Netherlands. So I would actually need a bit of a list. We have some bullish CVD here locally. So we had a bit of a drop, volume coming in. It's been halted here, and now we start to slowly range. It's not really enough yet, 15-minute candles, right? We have a few. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, let's see. 60K, man, psychological level has been tested 3 times now. 3-minute bullish CVDs. Well, let's see. We do definitely have that so this, at least for me, right, was a take profit area. I took along the way though. But you have the ABC, that's bullish, as then you expect to move back in the range and then later continuation down. That's the highest probability. or you move down impulsively. But then you want to see strong continuation, volume increasing. When we look at this move, right, we want to see a 5-wave structure to the downside. Potentially there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, A, B, C. It's a little bit weird, but what I would do is take a fib and then from the high, no, actually not from the high. You got to identify wave 2. A little bit tricky here to know which wave 2 to take. But if we take this one, toggle on the 618, 61.7k. That's important. It might change probabilities. Did you know the 6 steps is my ringtone? Ever been to Berlin? Yes, I was in Berlin for a tech conference when I was a professional esports player in Trackmania for the team for Team Acer, and our team headquarters were based in Germany. So that's when I was there. Okay. For the next 3 months, probabilities on the weekly remain higher for continuation above 74k. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but on the weekly, at the moment, probabilities are highest that you still see prices above 74. Of course, dropping first, seeing lower prices, that's no problem. Invalidation is 49.3k, but the probabilities on the weekly are highest to move up in the future. That's a good goal to have. Waar in Nederland woon je? Gouda. Hey, altijd welkom. Hij komt op Funda. Ja. Cheers, Rostam, Ma H, Kenny. Tough love. I mean, my plan 100% keeps me from emotional. Yes, it also helps with your emotions. Having statistics, trading statistics help with emotions. I do fine with the longs. Down we go. To reach chat by spamming. Well, that's easy. I just skip the spam. From South Korea. Also been there. I've been to South Korea multiple times. So for esports related events. As a Dutch trader, I use MXC, but also look at Deribit. Okay, I don't know Deribit yet. Blowfin. What do you have for sale? I have transport. Oh, a house. Of course, I can't talk about addresses and everything on online. But yeah, no, it's gonna be online in a few weeks. We still need a photographer coming next week, and yeah, I actually don't know. Okay, I thought my wife left the house, but I don't know. She's working. What for you? That's all. Yeah, like preferred language, of course, English. But yeah, MXC. I mean, I'm familiar with the platform, and the manager there that I spoke with is a great guy. So I'm not sure. Like there was a moment a couple of months ago where, especially crypto Twitter, which by itself is toxic as fuck, there was some shit happening against MXC, but I'm not involved with all the news and stuff. I don't really know. Everyone do your own research. Yeah. Potential, I suppose, as well. Yeah, KYC. BingX doesn't require KYC, by the way. That's the good thing. Hiop, good evening. Welcome, man. Welcome. Good to have you here. Utsara Noadja, oh, make sure to follow your own plan. I'm not responsible for any wins or losses. So stick to your plan, stick to your strategy, stick to your own analysis. I'm happy to share information and education, but that's all I can do, of course. But I am happy that you are happy. Jeroen Mening, I think I moved to there. Still is available and has a Dutch origin. Oh, it's a Dutch origin. Interesting. Now I have to actually put it in. 1 second. How do I write it? There, where is it? I might actually research. I don't know. Dutch origin always helps. Every platform puts in their homepage world's biggest Bitcoin and whatever, you know, also this one. Marketing. But nonetheless, I don't know. So actually 24-hour volume, 4 billion. Okay, yeah, I'll have to have a look. At least it works for Dutchies. That's something. Because that's interesting, of course, and hopefully also in the UK. Yeah, like you should see my mailbox, right? I get so many emails from platforms that want to partner, but I always say no. I don't have experience with that one actually. Shout out from South Africa, Bisco. Kan je zo een beetje Afrikaans verstaan? Yes, because my wife is from South Africa, my friend. From Cape Town. I was there last month. I was there for a whole month, man. I arrived on the 28th of Feb and I left on the 3rd of April. I visit South Africa every year. So yeah, I can understand Afrikaans, yeah. EMA 200. I mean, I never used the EMA 200, so of course you can probably better just go to your own chart and just put it on your chart. So 50.3k, I guess that's the line. So 50.3k. Two, three. If the chart took the 382 for the wave 4, is this enough? Yeah, well, depends on which wave 4. If we talk about the daily, then even the 236 is enough. The minimum target even is the 146, but that's very rare. So 236 is usually the minimum target, and locally on the 4 hour or 1 hour, we touch the 0.5, which is the maximum target. The 0.618 is an invalidation. Where do you see the highest probably low zone? Well, I prefer to like calculate that based on local info. So it's very difficult now to already give an exact zone of like, of course we have the flat area, right? Wave C target area down to 56.6 and then the extension target 51.6. But so basically everything in between 50 and 60K, but that's of course a wide area. But based on new info, that is when things can become more specific. But that depends on what's happening here. Is this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Then I think the 57K area is quite interesting. Is this a 3 wave? Because we don't know yet. And we move back up in the range. Probabilities are high. You're going to go down later in a wave 5. And then it depends on the impulse, right? How impulsive is it? Because in that impulse, you expect another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I like to wait for the 4. So I always like to wait for the ranges. So that's currently, it very much depends on local price action. And we now have a little bit of a break, move to the downside, took the low. And now we're chilling, 60K acting as support, the 1-to-1 of a potential ABC 3-wave structure. And then, of course, you look for price to move up. But yeah, we didn't yet flip support resistance, a little bit of 3-min bullish CVD, I think. But it's all, the range is still very young here on the 3-minute. Green candle, CVD moves down. That's an in-candle bullish CVD, right? Bullish CVD on blue, a little bit of bullish CVD on yellow, but you definitely want to flip some levels. So let's see if we can get anything done here. Let me quickly check if my Wi-Fi sent me a message. Because I actually think I heard the door. So she might be somewhere, maybe goes to the shops, or we already went for a run earlier today. So I'm pretty sure she won't go for for another run. Let me have a look here. Okay, let's see. Wrote her a message. What's up, Joshua Davidson? How are you doing? Welcome. Finished with work. Nice. Some time off now. ABXYZ just arrived. What's the deal with the Bitcoin chart? Weekly time frame, probability is high to continue the trend. 4-hour time frame, probability is high to take the lows, which is what we have done. So now we wait for a range to form and take it from there. And locally, I mean, there's two scenarios, but both are leading to downside anyway. So the first one is an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you wait for a range in a 4 and then a 5 down. Or we have a 1, 2, 3, a 3-wave structure, A, B, C. This is your target for wave C, taken from the high to the low to the high. In that case, right, you want to see price moving back inside the range, and you're going to be looking for an A, B, C, D, E triangle or WXY or potentially a running flat. But then probabilities are higher to still go down after. So both options will lead to still lower prices before taking 67K, preferably, because then you would get close to invalidations. So yeah, that's pretty much it. About 6-step plan, I feel I'm stuck with psychology about getting used to bigger loss amount. Can't still sell, looking at risk reward versus future outlook of Bitcoin. Yeah, so tip 1 is step 6, right? Or step 5. Start with step 5. Low amount of money, but get comfortable. So yeah, something. If you put, like, if you are comfortable losing $10 per trade, because you got to think about the losses, then put $1,000 in your account, risk 1%. And just keep doing that. And by actually just trading week in, week out, you start to be comfortable with, okay, $10, I feel I'm doing well. I started with 1,000. I now have whatever, 1,100, 1,200. Start low. We don't have to go, the market will always be there and opportunities are always there. But once you can get on top of your psychology, you'll profit down the line. So start with low amounts of money. Risk $5, right? Put 500 in, or 800, risk $8, right? So start low, see how it goes, and only once in step 5 you trade, you work on your psychology, and you notice your trading goes well, you're making some profit, your psychology does well, in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, then scale. And do that slow. If you have $1,000 in your account and you risk 1%, $10, don't immediately go to 5K, right? Put $2 in, or 2K, right? And then risk 20 or 1,500 and then risk 15. So scale it slowly. Get used to the bigger numbers. Many men, that question is answered with a yes. The best one from Richard Crypto. Yeah, I checked their website, but I mean, of course, I don't necessarily need cryptos. I mean, I don't know why per se. So it's just one of the many companies that provide merch, but I would like merch of, Kun specific, not necessarily, like, more personal, not necessarily. Oh, look, another Bitcoin shirt. You know what I mean? Not at the moment, at least. But I did check the website. They even have, Dave, for you, they even have a bikini section. I went through all the clothing. I saw that one as well. Eliadup, what are your top indications for proof of support in a range? It's personal preference per person, but I look at wave structures because Elliott waves. I look at support resistance, meaning the tools that I use, the horizontals, volume profile, CVD, yeah, a whole bunch of different things that would give me confidence. But this is different per person. Some people like the VWAP, or they like candlestick patterns, certain indicators, maybe RSI or MACD, or so. Yeah, it's personal. Wait, I think I actually. She fetched the bin. Oh. I'm googling Rocco as we speak. Crazy jet lag when flying back from South Africa. I'm in the same time zone, so that helps. But where do you live, Mas Age? Not like address, but country. Max length in time was the 23rd of April. 1 second. 22nd on the 4 hour, but on the 1 hour, I think it was 23rd. So, yeah, you don't want it to be longer than another week. 6 is very long. Most common between 1 and 4 to end the wave 4. Compared to wave 2, because usually by far most commonly wave 4 is longer than wave 2. So and actually the high was made on the 1-to-1. Quite funny. So there you go. It's made on top of the 1-to-1. So yeah. Let me clean the chart like this. There we go. Do I want this on? No. Yes, I don't know. Since I've been a very young kid, Lamborghini is my favorite supercar brand. Yeah, gotta say I do like some cars of Ferrari at least. But yeah, I've always been hooked as a small kid. I've always been hooked with Lamborghini. And as a small kid, that was the dream. Yeah. When you measured the C points, can you please show the B? The C point. My B high would be this one. I don't know what time frame you're talking about. So B, start, end. W, flat, X, zigzag, Y, zigzag, W, X, Y, sideways double combo. Cheers to pistachio. Yo, Dave, I'm not sure if you get like affiliate commission or whatever to like shield this guy, but it's okay, you know. Like, I don't care about the guy. He has a web shop just like many others, and he has crypto stuff. Like, you know, it's just one of the many. So I really do not care about the guy. I got my stuff locally here as well, so you know, I'll do my research. I know about Rocco. I saved the website, and if I'm interested, I'll have a look. But he needs to be able to outperform quality and price against stuff that I can get in the Netherlands as well. Else, it's just not worth it. So it's just one of the many potential options, as there are many in online. So. I'm in the UK, but it's a time connection from South Africa to Dubai and then UK. Can't you get a direct flight to the UK? I can get a direct flight to Amsterdam. Shit, man. Oh, it's just tiring. Okay, yeah, okay. So it's not a jet lag, it's just being tired. Actually, I heard there was this story about jet lags that it's not actually time zone dependent. It has to do with the pressure and the air in the airplane. I don't know. But I never really, I never have problems with jet lags. Knock off. So, connection from to Dubai to UK. Wow, man. sick trip. Maybe not, of course. Maybe I had, maybe I got, maybe in the future. Maybe. I never get hooked onto the idea of getting a fancy car, but I just want to own a tank. Own a tank. A working one that actually shoots, or You can play around with it in the garden. Yeah, so we do have some small little bullish divs here. Hey guys, 3 hours, 16 minutes. It's been, I think, a very nice live stream. Of course, because it's already 7 p.m. I'm not sure if there's going to be an update tonight. As mentioned, some bullish CVD hit the 1-to-1, potential for an ABC down here. See if it can flip some levels. If we do move back in the range, we expect new lows at a later stage. We just continue our wave 4 and come back down later. That is the highest probability. So probabilities in a nutshell: on the weekly, highest probability to move above 74k. That's weekly time frame. So first moving down is absolutely no problem on the lower time frames. On the 4-hour time frame, the highest probability was taking the low. We now did that, so now we just wait and see what price gives us. On the 50-minute, we hit the wave C target area for a potential 3-waver here. There's 2 options, but both lead to price moving down, either a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's the most, actually arguably the most bullish one. But the second option is you have a finished ABC, hit the target area of C. As mentioned, we have a little bit of bullish CVD divergences here. See if some volume can come in. If so, yeah, we might make it back inside the range. And then the probabilities are highest to continue this range and then drop at a later stage, preferably before the 23rd of April. Okay, so that you have the times right. So yeah, you want to drive one. Sick, drive over some cars and everything. So that was the summary. There you go. I see. I'll just make sure, check out his website. He has some good stuff. But yeah, I now got my stuff at a Dutch shop because it's close, you know, comfortable. So yeah, everyone, thanks. I see. Yeah, it's good to have some people that provide the marketing at least. Same time zone. I see. Yeah, that's the jet lag. So yeah, I just gave the summary. Pleasure, everyone. And Iliagos, a little bit late as we're about to end. But thanks, everyone. Rados, what is you have bull CVD on bed? Bullish on the 3-minute. So it's 3-minute CVD on the right side of the recent low that we made. So that's where you had a little bit of bullish CVD. So yeah, everyone, 3 hours 50 min. Hopefully price was moving down, emotions become hot. Hopefully by hanging out here, everyone became chill and a bit of chatting, answering questions. Yeah, thanks for being here, spending some time with me on the live stream. And tomorrow it is Thursday, and that means, of course, another live stream. Probably no video tonight unless something weird happens and I need to provide an update. It's already 7:15, so if anything happens on the chart and I feel like I really need to talk about it, I'll talk about it. But normally the next update would be tomorrow morning, which is Thursday in the morning somewhere, and then in the afternoon we have another live stream, Central European time, because that's where I live, right? So yeah, cheers. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate you all saying thanks as well. I love to see it. So, I thank you for appreciating the live, and I'm going to catch you again tomorrow.